Hello my friends, my name is WeeAddy and welcome back to the Pokémon Master Challenge with Pokémon FireRed and LeafGreen. Last episode we played FireRed and opened with our starter of Charmander with also a Bulbasaur thrown in because there's only 2 games instead of 3. And this episode we're playing LeafGreen. As mentioned last time, we'll be flipping between the games, between streams just because, you know, I didn't really know what other good way to do this. I didn't want to just play one of the games. And so yeah, this time we're playing LeafGreen. I have gotten us up to where we were at the end of the last episode, but in LeafGreen. It's basically, we're just going to be playing alternate realities every stream. Funny stuff between episodes. When I got up to this point in LeafGreen, at the end of last stream we were looking for a 1% Nidoran female. Nidoran female is more common, it's 14% I think in LeafGreen, and the Nidoran male is the harder one. I found Nidoran male in LeafGreen so quickly. Just very quickly. And I went back to FireRed to get the Nidoran female off stream, and it took me like another hour before I found one. It was like, what is going on here? But speaking of 1% encounters and things like that, we are coming into an area here where there is going to be a 1% encounter in the first area, but we can find it later at a higher percentage. What I realized when I was playing earlier today, because I was playing through FireRed actually a little bit earlier at work, and I think I've realized this FireRed LeafGreen part of Generation 3 is for filling up the regional, or actually the national decks in our Emerald game specifically. We're not keeping these guys as part of the living decks for Pokemon Home in the end, so I don't need to go out of my way to like, oh, I want to challenge myself and go for the low percentages, because I've done that. I've done that all in Pokemon Yellow, so I don't need to do it again. So I've decided to be less strict on myself. And if there's a chance to get a Pokemon easier in FireRed and LeafGreen specifically, since it's a remake of a game that we've already done in the Master Challenge, then I will take the easier option. I don't like doing that, but at the same time, these Pokemon specifically for FireRed and LeafGreen are not going to be used in the living decks. It's just the Hoenn Pokemon. This is just purely for my own self-congratulatory, like, look at me, I got all 300 plus Pokemon in Generation 3, because I haven't done that before, so that's really all it is to it. What do we got here? So Ah gets translated to Ah, and Arg got translated to Arg. You know, the translation's not doing very well. Where's my Awuga? That's not it. That's just grandfather. That's upsetting. Hi, Brisk. How does it go? How does it go? Let's reset that. But yeah. So let's begin. As I say, we did start in the same location as we ended FireRed, because this is LeafGreen. We've got all the same Pokemon caught, obviously, other than our starter, Squirtle, which is now currently a Wartortle after where I got to playing off stream to catch up. I would like to introduce you to Pidgey, our other team member for LeafGreen so far. And this actually works out pretty well because we are going to get more team members in this episode for LeafGreen specifically. And again, it doesn't super matter. Like, again, these guys are not going to be part of like my overall living decks. It doesn't happen on your phone? That's weird. So we are going to get some new Pokemon in today's episode. But, you know, that's yet to be seen what they are. So let's jump in to Mount Moon and begin. So there are 4? Hang on, let me get Poke Earth up so I have it ready at all times. Yes, 4 new encounters in here. And as mentioned, there is a 1% encounter in this first area. It does appear later in the dungeon as a 6%, and that is unfortunately the best we can get for the entire game. So we still have to hunt for it at a difficult percentage. But it'll be alright. We'll be fine. Anyway, let's take on Zubat, the most common thing in this area. It's nice to have another Pokemon that actually obeys me, because I have been playing through FireRed, and oh boy, that Bulbasaur just did not want to listen to me a lot. But how are we doing, everyone? How are you doing, Brisk? Are we doing well? We got a Zubat here. And I probably should have thought about this ahead of time, but I really didn't, because I just didn't. Let me leave real quick, actually. Another Zubat. But yeah, I've actually been intending to like get back to this sooner, you know, with our limited amount of days left, 188. You know, I've wanted to stream more frequently, and it's been like a full week since the last one. I've just been napping. I get home from work, I nap. It's just what happens. I need to name these boxes. But yeah, there's the Nidoran male for this game, and then Nidoran female is Did I not catch Nidoran female? Oh, I already put it in the box location. I need to title all these for like Dex order. Say hello to team member number 3. It's Zubat. We had a Zubat in you know, what the hell's it called? Gold, Silver, Crystal. But my thinking was, since Generation 1 and 2 Pokemon are not what we need for the Master Challenge specifically, they're just for filling out the National Dex in Generation 3 specifically, I figured why not save a bit of time and go for a Friendship Evolution during the Generation 3 playthrough. So I'm going to do Zubat on LeafGreen, and I'll be doing another Friendship Evolution Pokemon on FireRed. So it's just a bit of forethought, really. I don't want to use Zubat / Crobat again, but I'm just sort of thinking ahead. What would be most efficient to the playthrough? So I'm trying to like do stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's actually not a lot like that I can do on the playthrough. But putting Zubat on anyway as one of the team members. So there we go. Haven't been doing well all year. Oh, damn. Has it just been... I think we've already sort of vaguely talked about it like in Discord and stuff like that, but just the combination of everything, really. Yeah, it's been... I mean, I've definitely had some improvements, like changing job roles and stuff, but as just a fan of certain medias and stuff, it's been a rough year. Leech Life and Astonish. This is actually not a great starting moveset. 20 and 30. And I think these are both physical. Now, Astonish is Zubat's best move currently. But yeah, we got Geodude here, who's another Pokemon to catch. Rising its defenses, so this is going to be a little bit tedious. I might just throw Pidgey back out, but Pidgey, of course, wouldn't do very well against a Geodude. But Zubat might need some swap training, because right now it's going to be slow. I forgot how slow Zubat starts off with. But there's no point waiting till later to get like a Golbat or something, because, you know, we need the friendship to go up, so we need to have it with us for a long, long time. Oh, it really has just been one dick punch after the other this year. Has something happened in the last like week that has like helped make you feel that way, or is it just thinking about the stuff that has already happened? So let's see. I don't know why I'm looking around here. So we got Zubat and Geodude there. The next two Pokemon, which are the rarer ones in this room, one of them can be found 100% in the next floor down, so I don't know why I'm bothered to looking around. And then Clefairy, which is the rarer one, is found in the very bottom floor at the 6%. So we will try and go the efficient route rather than the inefficient route. I like looking for the rare encounters. I don't know why. It's just a thing I do. Right, so Bug is not going to be great. Go for Astonish. Just making sure, yeah, everything is working as intended. That's not amazing damage. At least I have a Pokemon that resists poison. And gets a critical hit. I swear I don't think I've ever used a Zubat until Generation 2's playthrough. And now I'm using it again on Generation 3, just more of a convenience thing. Because I'm like, yeah, how do I get a Crobat in Generation 3? Like, I could catch a Zubat and train it up, and I'm like, I can't be bothered with that. Oh, get it in FireRed. LeafGreen. Why not? I'm already going to be playing those games. Akuna. You're just going to, like, spam hard, aren't you? So I think I'll trade into Pidgey here. Swap into Pidgey. As you can see, my LeafGreen file is also on set, without Switch as an option. So just try to keep it consistent between the playthroughs. A little update on like the Pokemon card situation that I opened during the end of Colosseum. So like I got a duplicate set of the Generation 6 starters. I found someone on Facebook Marketplace willing to trade them for Generation 4 starters. So I now have the Gen 4, 6, and 3 starter sets, which they're all really nice. I think Generation 4 and 3 look particularly nice. But hoping for a restock of like the original Series 1, Series 2, just try and maybe get the Generation 1 and Generation 2 sets. Because the Generation 2 sets in particular, having like the gold and silver cards, look fucking amazing. But, you know, can't beat my Gen 3 set. They look amazing. I love them. I love them so much, even though they just sit in the cupboard over there. But I like looking at them because they're pretty pictures. and they're very shiny, and I like that. This last has a Clefairy. Level 14. Oh fuck, you're a normal type. I forgot you're not fairy yet. Right, well we'll swap here because honestly Zubat just ain't gonna cut shit. It's gonna be a lot of swap training for Zubat, I think. Ow. Fucking quadruple slap? Quintuple slap? How can she slap? This is absurd. Cut it out. 3, 4. Another quintuple slap? This is preposterous behavior. At least she missed the sing. Die. I can't believe that. The fucking goal. I lost? Oh. Right, back to the Pokemon Center. Because it's right here. It's like, why not just run outside? Welcome to the Pokemon Center. Beep boop boppy doo. Yeah, I've been having like not anything like particularly bad, but I've had like a similar vibe of like, man, things kind of just not suck, but like there's a couple things that kind of suck. Like, you know, I've been putting in the effort to YouTube again, and like, you know, I uploaded one of the most recent like Shadow Generations episodes there, and you know, I never expect much within the first like however many days, because like, you know, I know how my channel is, but I'm like sitting at 3 views so far for the most recent episode, and the average watch time, which is a stat they give you, is like 7 seconds, and I'm like, that's barely enough to like get me to say more than 2 sentences. I'm like, come on guys, I know I make some boring content, it's just Let's Plays, but I can't be that fucking boring that people just click on it and just go, no. I have over 1,000 videos. Like, it just baffles me. And then I've also got over 1,000 subscribers, and it's like, do they just not watch or not care? I see some of the stats on some videos that are like, oh yeah, this is mostly watched by subscribers, and I'm like, oh really? And you know, I've made it very clear, I've made a very big effort to like stop caring about that shit, but it still like gets hard to do it. You know, it's like I've poured nearly 20 years of my life into doing this, and to see it have such poor results 20 years in, most people would have given up 15 years ago, 18 years ago. Like, I don't know, it just gets demoralizing. But I literally just do it because at this point it's like sunk cost fallacy. Like, I'm not gonna like stop doing it, and also because I enjoy it, but it just gets difficult. And then like beyond that, there's like, hey, wouldn't it be nice if I wasn't not alone is the wrong way to phrase it, but like, you know, all my friends are getting married or engaged or having children. I'm just like, man, could do with getting a girlfriend eventually. I have not had a girlfriend since I was 16, and even then it barely counted, because I don't think it lasted more than a month. So it's like, man, I gotta get my life in order is kind of just the general vibe. I personally don't super care, but it would be nice to get my life in order. Pokemon. I got Pokemon to play. How you doing, Nate? We got a Sandshrew versus Pidgey. Don't mind us, we're getting existential in here. Well, I am. Just talking about how, like, the year hasn't been, like, amazing for things as a whole. And I was, like, sort of just going through some personal reasons why for me it's like, yeah, it's not been great. In general, I've, like, been alright, but, like, sometimes, you know, your mind wanders. I think there was a part of me, like, going back to, like, the YouTube discussion, that was thinking, like, what if I just, like, went full streaming instead of, like, YouTube, like, videos? But I like making videos, is the problem. I kind of don't want to give that up, but I don't know. It seems like the streams are more likely to draw people in when it comes to like Let's Play content. Oh, okay, we're just gonna like my cable unplugged from my SP there. That I'm not giving Sega money. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I can't say I will be following that trend because once they release Sonic, you know, I'm in. You know, not Sonic and Fortnite. That can go fuck itself. You cannot make me play Fortnite. No matter how much Sonic you put in it, but you know, their next game I'll be playing. You gotta watch the Shadow Ventures videos now. Only if you want to. I'm not talking about you specifically, just as a general thing, it's like, damn. What's happening? I think my Frontiers videos got like, you know, okay attention, but I don't know. Okay, so we did catch a Paris already. We do need 2 of them. Ooh. I thought I'm not going to play. I can just watch the videos. Oh, okay, that's fair. It is a good game. At least I think so. Although I think I got a little bit ragey towards the end of the last episode. And Matt and I, we need to get off our asses and film some stuff. We know one of the things that we want to film next, but I technically have it, but also technically don't have it. I cannot divulge because we haven't filmed it yet. But I'm actually running out of backlog. Like, this whole thing of uploading weekly has worked because, like, I haven't been recording a whole lot of new stuff, and I'm finally getting to the stage where my backlog is, like, thinning out. It still hasn't reached the point where I've, you know, caught up on old things that were massive, like Sonic Frontiers DLC 2 and 3, or streams from back in the day with, like, Nile and Jay and Dry and stuff. Those are still, like, the big things I'm, like, I need to sit down and, like, put a lot of time into, and I just don't have a lot of time. Excuse me, but my DualShock backlog is almost completely done, as in the only thing we have left stored is episode 2 and 3 of Cuphead. You've got a tiny mushroom. I'm having a quick look at these guys for a particular reason. Obviously they have a level difference of 3, but I think, do they have both effect spore? They do, yeah, probably only the one ability. Say hello to team member number 4, Paris. And I decided Paris because it's a grass type / bug type. So like that's just, you know, grass type coverage. But also, it can learn, it's one of the only Pokemon that can learn the move Spore, which is a guaranteed sleep move. And I just figured, like, for catching Pokemon in general, Spore is going to be useful. So I thought stick a Paris on the team. I've never used a Paris / Parasect. This will be the time to do it. You know, just go make it so that most of the Pokemon on my team are serving a purpose of, like, function over anything else, really, is kind of like my thinking. So we're gonna go for a Paris. Whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know. Did I heal? I think I healed already. Yes. Oh, wait. I like to keep them in the order I catch them in. So, Wartortle, Pidgey, Zubat, Paris. These two will be replaced... When am I catching these new Pokemon? It'll be a while before slots 5 and 6 get filled. But, you know, FireRed is still going to have quite a while before it gets its next team members. So, hopefully we can kind of get to a point where they sort of converge and they're on a similar field. Right, so what kind of moves do you have, Paris? You have Scratch and Stun Spore. And you are better attack and special attack and defense and special defense than Zubat. You're just weaker in speed. I don't know which one to use. My levels are going to get spread a bit more thin with these guys. Meanwhile, going through here with Charmander and, or Charmeleon and Bulbasaur, they are sitting comfortably around level 20. I've made it to Cerulean City, and it's like, uh-oh, I might be over-leveling, but it's because I only have 2 team members on that game. And this is something that I was concerned about, was like catching team members off screen, you know, with each game, but again, these ones are not important to the Master Challenge beyond just filling out the Kanto side of the decks, so I'm not super bummed up about it. You know, I caught the Pidgey off screen, but I think for the most part, you'll see things that we need to catch, or it'll be like, yeah, this is obviously one of the things I need to catch, here it is. I don't think it's as important in FireRed LeafGreen. Again, we've done all this in Generation 1 already. Don't sneak up on me! I'll come! No, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. Nerd Jovan with a Magnemite. Alright, bad start for the Paris. Bad start for most of our team, actually, because that's a Steel Electric. Back in Generation 1, not a big problem, but I have 2 flying types and a water type. I'm actually really heavily disadvantaged here. Metal Sign to drop my special defense by 2 stages. I need to hit it with Water Gun and just try and take it out. But yeah, that Steel type, being Steel, you know, in a Generation 1 game, means that, like, so many more Pokemon just don't have a way to deal with you this early in the game. Okay, well, cool. Although it looks like he doesn't have Electric, either that or he's dumb. And I'm now just hitting myself. He has Electric! Oh boy, War Turtle, let's, yes, there you go, thank you. Man, this swap training nonsense is going to be a pain in the ass. We got a Voltorb. If War Turtle goes down, not a big deal, because at the very least, not a Steel type. Ooh, critical hit, and being on 10 HP means that we would have got War Turtle's ability to boost water type damage, so that was pretty good. Excuse me, sir. We got a potion. Another Zubat. Thank God Magnemite doesn't have Levitate. I know, honestly. What does it have, like Sturdy, I think, usually? Or like Magnet Pull. But yeah, like a levitating Magnemite. I mean, I don't have any ground type moves at the minute, but yeah. Having ground against the magnets is just so good. And my Paris run away? I know it's slower than Zubat, but it can't be that slow. You're going to die. Wait, what? Oh, Effect Spore put it to sleep. That's pretty funny. Okay, every one of my Pokemon are slowly dying for some reason. I don't know if this is maybe the best place to swap train, because everything's quite low level. And so unless they can take them out themselves, it sort of feels like a waste of time. So I'm going to go out and heal and then maybe just focus on Pidgey and War Turtle for now. And then maybe swap train as we get a bit closer to the gym. But just to get out of this cave at least. Especially because there's so much like rock types in here and Zubats in here. Like they're not very useful on their own against these guys. Yes, I could use a potion, but Pokemon Center's right here. And it's free. Free? I don't know if I asked, and if I didn't, I apologize, but how goes it, Nate? You keeping well? What are you up to? Besides hanging out and watching? Playing any games at the minute? Or just chilling? I know that Paul's grinding out the Modern Warfare 4 beta. I do not have a code for that, so I am just playing Pokemon instead. But I have a time limit on Pokemon. I have to play it. A time limit that's more important to me than the time limit of the COD beta. I don't care about the COD beta. I'll play it when it becomes open, but I'm not like, oh man, I gotta play it. Yeah, let's put Pidgey in the front seat. But on Halo 2, on Halo 2, like original Halo 2, or is it like a re-release remaster type thing? Like I know original Halo 2 is on like OG Xbox, but oh, you might be like me. You might like to go back to the retro stuff. Oh, excuse me. They might have been streaming Pokemon every day with this time limit. If I had the fucking time and capabilities, absolutely. Well, actually, sorry, time, capabilities, and energy. I'd mentioned it like sort of like way at the start of the stream, but like I was planning on having another stream of this out very quickly had I not been constantly having a nap after work. I'm just so tired all the time. Dude, I came home from work today. You know, I probably got home around 6 o'clock, watched a bit of a video, maybe got to about 6:30, and then just... And I was out until like 11. Like, I woke up a couple times in between, because my dog wanted attention. And I'm like, no, get up here and lie next to me, because I'm tired, and I would like us to just rest for a while. And, I was just fucking shattered. I'm always fucking shattered, and it's my fault. It's my own fault. I don't get enough sleep. And I make up for it by having naps, but like, man, it's just, even when I have like a full 7 hours, 8 hours sleep, I'm still tired and I still need a nap. And I know it's just because that's how I've conditioned myself to be, but it's just difficult. It's difficult to get out of that and maintain energy. I just don't have it. And then because I don't have energy, I can't, you know, set up a stream or make a thought. Like, I can do these things, but I'm so tired I'm sitting there like half asleep. You know, I've definitely nearly fallen asleep on stream a couple times. It is rotten, so it's not worth it sometimes. I have all games on disc and console, just hassle to set up and play that way at the moment. Yeah, that makes sense. Master Chief Collection. Sometimes it's also nice just to do like the more up-to-date version, even if it's just like a, like even FireRed and LeafGreen on the Switch. It's like, oh, it's just handy to like just load up your Switch and play FireRed and LeafGreen on there, rather than like having to plug in a cartridge and all that crap. But you know, obviously I'm doing this with a very specific intention in mind. Otherwise, I could be playing FireRed and LeafGreen on Switch, but they are unhelpful to my cause. My sinuses hurt. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say or do about that. Bad sinuses. Stop hurting Brisk. Bad sinuses. Fuck you, sinuses. Sinuses. Sinusy. Bellsprout. What have I been doing lately? I played the DK Bonanza challenge event on the Switch, going through and doing like the developer challenges and all that. You get like essentially like pseudo achievements on there with like little unlockable digital cards, because they recently announced like, hey, if you complete the if you complete the DK challenge, you'll get a set of the cards. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. Like physical cards, that's pretty cool. And then, you know, it turned out, hey, America only, fuck you. And I'm like, great, I'm glad I spent my time doing these challenges. Like, I wanted to do them anyway, just to, you know, get them done and just have the glory, you know? Have the, have the prestige of being like, I did this. And having a, like, screen capped on my Switch and all that. But a fucking physical set of the real cards would have been pretty damn sweet. Wouldn't have been against that. Wow. I was immediately one space forward. But yeah, that's really annoying. I hate when they do shit like that and be like, this is a thing in America only. You can't, yeah, I bet you can't do this in America only. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna do it. But I am not America only, unfortunately. Anything hidden here? I love the water that's just frozen in time. Alright, let's fight this chap. We're pulling a big job here, get lost, kid. It's me, Team Rocket, hey, bada bing. He got a Zubat. No point wasting my time, let's go to War Turtle. I know I said I wasn't going to swap train, but I figured the Rocket Grunt was more likely to have Pokemon that maybe it could fight. And it's like, I could sit here and spam Astonish against Zubat, but like, can any one of us be fucked? We gotta go fast, remember? We still haven't even caught the Clefairy, and spoiler alert, we need 2, because we need Clefairy and Clefable. That's just the way it's gonna be. I also learned this earlier, like, fighting Ekans when I was at work. I was like, I didn't realize Ekans had Intimidate. Did you know that Ekans, the English name for the Pokemon Ekans, is backwards for the word snake, the English word for the word snake? Did you know that Arbok, the evolution of Ekans, is actually the word cobra in reverse? Did you know that Muck in reverse is... Yeah, that did go through. Okay. Zubat hit level 11. Yeah. This guy's going to be a bug catcher, but we'll put Paris in the lead. Why? I just said I'm not going to swap train. Why am I swap training? I know this one. Well, maybe I could actually fight this guy on my own, because it's just a Rattata. Rattata. Why are you rotating? It's come! What? Oh, it was a great Game Grumps clip. I wonder if I can find that clip. Ah, get effect spored, loser. Let's see. Ah, yeah, that's how you fucking spell that. Really? Huh. I really thought that searching that I was going to find the clip. I think it's from like 10-minute Power Hour. There's like a scene where they're talking about something, and then Dan yells a phrase, and they like sort of cut to like a wide shot of like birds flying out of trees and stuff with like an echo. But like they're talking about something, and fuck me, I keep knocking the cable out of my SP. And then Dan just goes, "It's not, come. I'm like, I don't know what the context is behind it, but I find it very funny. And my chat is now seen as too adult with all the words of come. But it's fine, as long as it's not age restricted. Can you imagine if you got age restricted because of your comment section? That'd be pretty fucked up. And yet also, I could totally believe it happening. YouTube just being like, if you can't moderate your comment section, then we're going to have to suspend your monetization. It's like, I can't control... I mean, not me personally, because this isn't going to be a real thing, but just be like, I can't control the comments of, you know, 100,000 plus people, or however many people that comment on videos of, like, bigger channels. But wouldn't that be a funky rule? Like, oh yes, if your comment section is vulgar, then you can also risk demonetization. I find this very interesting, because I'm not sure how many examples of this exist in Pokemon, at least in the early days of Pokemon. YouTube loves crashing complete random tabs, apparently. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't miss anything. What am I doing? Anyway, this guy walks around, so usually this is just a random NPC that talks to you, but this guy's actually a fucking trainer. With a line of sight, except for the fact I entered a battle right as I entered his line of sight. So like, very rarely is there an NPC character that is also a trainer that walks around. Whoa, you shocked me. Oh, you're just a kid. Like, I feel like that happens so infrequently. I think there's more than just this guy. But why is there so little? Why is everyone so static in one place, and why is this the only guy that walks? It's odd. It's an odd thing to go out. Like, everyone else in the game is programmed a certain way, and then they just got this one guy goes, ah, fuck it, make him walk. And, like, I don't mean, you know, the ones that have, like, a set path. You know, they go, like, oh, like a certain path, you know, every time. But, like, this guy just sort of walks around aimlessly. It's strange. Is it not? Am I not correct in discussing how strange it is? Level 18 for War Turtle? Yeah, boy! Look at the War Turtle! Hiker Marcus. Wow, shocked again! It's like having electric Pokemon, it's so shocking. Anyway, alright, let's put Pidgey in lead. And down we go. And to the right. Sand. You know I'm screenshotting that, right? Nothing happened. What do you mean? There's no video proof that anything happened. And in fact, I think you're lying and gaslighting. You're a gaslight gatekeep girl boss, and you need to cut it out. I've had it up to here with your shenanigans. We... Ball. A revive. You need a little revive. This feels a bit early to pick these up. Now the Barrows. So this lower floor that we're in now is where we can find Clefairy at 6%. So we gotta, if we don't find it by the time we get to the end of the dungeon, we're just gonna have to like sit and like go back and forward for a while looking for it. I still want to swap train, but it's just such a waste of time. I know it's a waste of time. To do it at least right now, it's just such a waste of time. We wait till later. But it feels also like I'm not doing it correctly. By not doing it at all. Also, swap trading as a whole is just so much more tedious without switch battling. I'd be half tempted to turn it off just to make life easier, but no! We do set battles in this series, apparently. Think of my reputation. If I was to do switch battles. Ah, defense girl. Oh, Miss SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, if nothing else is happening throughout the rest of the next couple of days, I should hopefully be up streaming again Sunday. It just depends on time, energy, as usual. Pidgey's evolving! Godfather. Did you write Ooga? You did write Ooga. It looks like you screen capped that out of like a fucking horror game playthrough. And I'm like, well, shit, what horror game was I playing that day? But nope, it's just me playing Pokemon LeafGreen version. You know, as you do. Pidgeotto! Pidgeotto is a cool Pokemon. I'm glad Pidgeot got like a mega evolution, but you know, Pidgey, the Pidgey line is like such a bare bones, like very normal, like Pokemon. Like it's not like crazy looking, it's not crazy good. It's just a very like, it's just a bird that gets big. It becomes bigger bird, but it's a cool bird. Everyone loves the Pidgey line, right? Its speed is good. I'm gonna regret this when I run into something and then I can't run away. Like a Geodude, but Geodude should be slow. It's a fucking rock. Whatever, I'm about to say anything. There we go, Clefairy. This is why I swapped. I was like, hey, I might run into it if I get lucky, and then I can use Stun Spore. So yes, we need to find 2 of these guys. 6% encounters, so not bad. Thanks, Paris. Thanks, Clefairy. Sing hits like 55% of the time, and yet I swear whenever Wild Clefairy use it, it's very fucking consistent. Wake up! Shake up! You wanted to! I have a helper profile picture I just noticed. What? What are you talking about? Oh, neat. You get return on Gen 3? Probably. Not sure where, but like almost definitely. Like you know, they share the same TM HM list, I'm pretty sure. Right, let's see. 34 versus 31, so you're gonna do less damage. So small, my screen, I couldn't even make it out. Okay, let's go tackle. Jesus Christ. Assistant. Jesus, so yeah, that one got translated. Okay, 9 Pokeballs to catch 2 Clefairy. Alright, great start. Come on, don't waste my balls. Don't bust my balls, Clefairy, come on! Nice, there's one. We got like, what, 6 left to try and catch another one? Very good, sir. Right, Paris needs to wake up. Do I have an awakening? I do not. Give Pidgeotto a potion as well. Why not? I'll keep Paris at the lead to see if we can maybe wake it up before we find the next one. It's still not helpful. Yeah, right. I'm gonna do a wild battle just to see if I can wake up Paris before getting back to things. Hey, there we go. Now we paralyze this Paris and then we run away. It's paralyzed. How could it be outspeeding me? Unless the paralysis doesn't affect the speed for the flea check. Alright, let's see if we can find another Clefairy. We need one more. But it is 6%, so we might still be running around for a little bit, just not finding anything. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to remind myself in due time. Help, assistant. It's so annoying. I wish I could disable it. It's also one of those things that's really hard to like search for. Because then like you search like remove like YouTube auto translate and it's like, remove auto translate from your video titles or from your description, and I'm just like, no, you dumb fucks, I'm looking for the live stream chat thing. It's so fucking hard to like Google search things these days. Because it's just like, would you like information on something you didn't look for? And I'm like, no! It should be easier to Google search. How did it get harder? How did it get harder? Let me go. Let me go. Oh shit. That's super effective. Oh shit, you're fucking paralyzed. Get wrecked, scrub. Loser. I need another potion. My problem is I don't want to, like... I kind of want to keep Parasite in the lead so that when I find it, I can just go straight for the spore. But... yeah, I suppose I could just swap. I just didn't want to swap into it getting sung, you know? Oh well. Wow, gee, are you fucking kidding me? Alright, fine. And then we switch into Paris, and then it gets hit by Sing. The prophecy shall be fulfilled. Hey! That's alright. This is for sure the This is for sure the kind of thing they would make Memento for no conceivable reason. Which Pokemon are you after now? Just another Clefairy, because we need to evolve one into Clefable. And there's nowhere else you get Clefable in the game. Oh, it's got fucking cute charm. Can I be bothered? Right. I need a male. So... Zubat was also applicable, but it would just not do enough damage. And Clefairy could hit me with Groyle, which would help. But I think Tackle's fine. I did a lot less than what Pidgeotto's did. Okay, we'll do one more. It fucking translates fucking Awooga. Yeah, that is stupid. Into grandfather, which doesn't even make sense because there's zero language where Awooga means grandfather. Okay, I'm gonna spam withdraw until we wake up just to get Wartortle awake before the next fight. Because otherwise we're working at a disadvantage. Because we're basically right at the end of this dungeon. So there's no point. I suppose I could use Tackle. There's no point like going all the way back to the Pokemon Center at this rate. Wake up! Give it a shake up! As long as it doesn't crit. Hooray! Alright. We got it paralyzed and it's in the yellow, so 6 Pokeballs should be plenty. Indonesian. Yay! Alright, we're done with Mount Moon. Neat. Oh yeah, that's so neat. Yeah, yeah. Fuck it, we'll keep Wartortle in. I don't care. I pulled down my underwear. Woohoo! Oh, yippee! Yippee! Rattata! It's like, yeah, do I really want to swap for it on like Rattata? Like, oh wow, the whole fucking 30 experience points I'll gain. Woo! You better stop that, you stupid bastard. I can't see that emoji without, like, hearing one of the Game Grumps remix songs. What was it? It was, Aaron has low T. And he's like, tell me more about how my T count is low. And how I'm a bit of cuck, and it just, like, does the clap before like dropping the beat. It's like phew. Very funny stuff. Now I'm mad. My god, this fucking cable keeps coming out. I swear it's like, oh, it's because my GameCube is further away because like my coffee table that all my shit sits on is also on top of like a mat on the ground, and my dog likes to use that as a platform to jump off of whenever playing with toys. So every time she does that, the table then moves further and further back. So it's further back than normal, and I think that is the reason why. Right, this guy is a scientist, so probably uses some electric types, but maybe worth swap training. Ah, it'll be fine. See, if 3/27, that's my birthday. If you read it in America. Because, I'm sorry, but why would you do the month first? It is the 27th of March, not the 3rd of the 27th. Stupid! That's always been a major pet peeve. Like, America and Britain have a lot of weird, stupid differences, like the U in color and all that, but I want to fight more about the fucking dates. Why would you go month, day, year when you can go day, month, year? Like, the month stays the same for 28 days minimum. The year doesn't change for a full year, the month doesn't change for a full month, the day's the only thing that goes up. Why would you put that in the middle and not at the start? I'm apparently peeking the microphone, but this is a passionate thing right now. Okay, we got a Grimer. War Turtle. I'm sorry if I was blowing people's... I'm sorry if I was blowing people, is what I will say. Whether that's what I want to say or not, you can decide. Okay. What's your gun? Oh, my light went back on. Am I in the right location? And is this... Ah, yes, that is my pop filter. Poking out, saying, hello, look at me, acknowledge me. Are you in the right place? You. Camera is what I'm talking about, but you, viewer, are you in the right place? You should be. Voltorb. I mean, Paris can maybe take on Voltorb. And we can even put an electric type in Paralysis, because they didn't fix that until Generation 6. Ha! Ah, you stupid fuck. Effect Spore might be quite funny to have on. Except for the fact that while we're trying to catch something, if it physically attacks us, we could poison it. That's like the only downside. So I guess if we had Paris with a quick claw to go first, and then using Spore to put things to sleep rather than having Effect Spore trigger, could be quite good. I don't know if it's just like Paralysis, Sleep, and Poison it can deal. I assume it can't deal Burn. I think it's just the ones that you have, like the Spore moves, you know, Stun Spore, Poison Powder, Spore. There's no Burn Spore. Go on, hit me, see what happens. What? Nothing? But wait a minute. No! No! Oh my god. Alright, you've had your fun. You almost had like a fight to yourself there. Trying to learn Bite. Ooh. Absolutely. Bleach, take a fossil, no need to be greedy. Right, so let's see, so... Oh, this menu is much slower than I realized. Oh, Bite's a 60 damage move. Well, Water Gun being a water type is basically a 60 damage move as well with Stab, so they're both about equal. My special attack and my physical attack are pretty even as well, actually. I'm leaning more towards physical, but yeah, it's not bad. Bite is not a bad move. I thought Bite was 40 damage, but that might have been Generation... Oh, no, yeah, it's a 60. It's 60 power for that and Feint Attack. Obviously, that's the two moves I was choosing between for Absol. Right, let's put you back in the lead. And switch with you. And I took the Helix Fossil in FireRed, so we'll be taking the Dome Fossil in this one. Bye! Oh yeah, if you talk to him again, he tells you that you need to go to Cinnabar Island, essentially, to learn about, like, fossil restoration. So, if you don't talk to him, you technically don't know where to go. These guys will teach you Mega Punch and Mega Kick respectively. I'm not teaching those moves, at least not at the moment. Maybe I'll transfer a Pokemon over from Emerald that I want to teach it one of those moves, but right now I don't have plans for those moves. That's why, like, you'll see me like not go through. I'll go through a game and not use the HMs and TMs. Well, the TMs more so. So like in Colosseum, we didn't use any TMs. There is one new encounter on this route. It is a Sandshrew. But welcome to Cerulean City! And normally I would go through and talk to everyone here, but I was playing FireRed before the stream, and I already know that no one in this town gives you anything, so I was like looking around for any like secret little items and stuff. We could go and talk to everybody, but again, I think we're at the stage now where we're like, we've done Generation 1, this is mainly just about catching them all. So we're just going to try and go through it as quickly as possible. It's still going to be thorough, but one thing I do remember from playing earlier is that going through here, going to here, here, where is it? Oh, there it is. There's a rare candy. So that's pretty neat. And then there's a man in here that will trade us Jinx just like in Generation 1, but we need a Poliwhirl, which we cannot get just yet. But there's nothing really anywhere else. We can go get more Pokeballs because we are running low. We'll buy 15 for now. Again, there's no Premier Balls in FireRed and LeafGreen for some reason, so it doesn't matter if we buy them in increments of less than 10, but it still feels wrong. It feels like we're doing things incorrectly. So there's the new gym for today, and we're only just at an hour in, so we could even make it to the third gym if we're quick. But we do have like a whole gauntlet of trainers coming up because we've got Nugget Bridge to do next. But first, we gotta go catch the new encounter. It is not the most rare thing on this route, so it shouldn't take too long. Let's have a look and see what the encounter tables are like. So it's Spearow and Rattata are 35%, Sandshrew, which is what we're looking for, is 25%, and then there's a 5% Mankey, but we caught one of those already to the west of Viridian City, so no need. Oh shit! Ah! Fuck you. I love this whole Pokemon randomly falling asleep anytime they attack Paris thing. This is becoming quite entertaining. Although Paris is about to die. Go to sleep, Rattata. Fine, I'll lead with these two. I just thought it made more sense to use my Paris, and obviously I was wrong. I'm sorry. On FireRed, the Pokemon that you can be found here instead of Sandshrew is an Ekans, which I did catch earlier in the day. There we go. Very good. Very good indeed. Alright, that's that for that route. Let's go revive our Paris. Okay, so yes, before we take on the gym, we're gonna go north to Nugget Bridge. Just to get the XP out of it. And I guess we'll do a bit of swap training there. Hopefully it's efficient. I don't know if it is. Or, you know, maybe they can do their own fights. Just depends on what the opponent is, really. It helps that, like, you know, Paris actually has a 40 power move, whereas Zubat has a fucking 30 and a 20. Okay, so let's venture on, just saving because we're in a new area and it's just nice to save, you know? Save frequently, you know? Better safe than sorry, because you never know. Oh, fuck! Yo, Adam, you're still struggling along back here. I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Here, let me see what you got, Adam. I have a Paris and a Zubat. And Pidgeotto. You've also got a Pidgeotto, you copycat. I am going to die. One flying type move and I am fucked. So, yes, this is an immediate swap train. Let's have a Pidgeotto off. Mine's stronger than yours. Loser. Coward. Mine does more damage. It's no big deal. Eat time. And I completely miss you saying eat time. Why can't I? No, I do see. Okay. Alright, quick attack. Very good. Rattata. Okay, Paris could maybe take Rattata. The problem with like set battle swap training is that, like, you know, now Pidgeotto is going to get experience for this fight when I don't want it to. You know, Paris could probably take this on by itself if it really tried. It's going to struggle because, you know, I'm on 11 HP already. And it's also dead. But now I can throw Zubat in there. And this can be Zubat's fight. Even though the only move I have is Leech Life because oh, Supersonic. Yeah, I forget how useless Zubat is in the very early game. Because it's like, good luck fighting normal types with your ghost type move. And then good luck doing anything with fucking Leech Life as if that's a move to use. Why does Leech Life with 20 base power have only fucking 15 PP? What a useless move. Pretty much, Nate, yeah. I mean, it's not really much of a, you know, a difference in difficulty. It's just that instead of getting a free switch out, you now have to, like, play it like you're playing against an actual player a little bit and take damage for switching out. Because otherwise you just get freebies and it's too easy. Alright, I think go for another. This is so annoying that, like, Pidgeotto is going to get some of the XP from this fight. Bro, Zubat, my guy. Alright, Abra. Abra can literally do nothing, it only knows to move Teleport. Not leaving just yet, but I'm gonna try to sleep early tonight. That's alright. I would probably do the same if I hadn't had like a 4-hour nap. I think I've always played shift, but I don't know why. It's because it's on by default. And like, they never explain what those mean whenever you go into your menu. It's just that, like, you've got things in there like shift versus set, and it doesn't tell you what they mean. And you've got, like, L equals A. You know, you can change the control scheme a little bit, and it's like, what does any of this mean? There's nowhere that explains what this means. Maybe FireRed and LeafGreen do since they have this menu, but I have no idea. But if it does, it's literally the only game that would. Guess what? I went to Bill's and got him to show me his rare Pokemon. That added a lot of pages to my Pokedex. After all, Bill's world famous as a Pokemaniac. He invented the Pokemon storage system on PC too. Since you're using his system, you should go thank him. Well, I better get rolled. Smell you later. Oh yeah, right. I feel sorry for you. No, really, you're always plodding behind me. So here, I'll give you a little present as a favor. It's the fame checker. A chatty gossip like you, that thing's perfect. I don't need it because I don't give a hoot about others. Alright, this time I really am gonna smell ya. Well, the fame checker is basically just like, it just tells you information about essentially famous people in the region. So, like, you can get like the Oak family, I guess. But here's Professor Oak. Make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. So it just like sort of tells you quotes Sludge King put out a really cool video on the Fame Checker, like all the information on it. So this is just Professor Oak, this is Daisy Oak, Brock, Bill. Oh. And like, you get nothing for filling this out, except for like an extra quote about someone, but it's a kind of neat feature. I never used it whenever I was younger. I didn't really know what it was for, but just watch the Sludge King's video on this. It's a pretty cool feature. Maybe it'll be something that I try to fill out just for the sake of filling it out and having like a complete, you know, FireRed, LeafGreen, but I don't know if I care that much. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's what it is, basically. Just, you're not told, and by default it's on switch mode. Because like, even once I learned about it, I didn't turn set mode on for my main playthroughs. I'm just like, you know, this is the default setting, so I'm going to play the default way. And I didn't really particularly care. But like, for replays, I enjoy set mode, you know? I like that set mode is a thing for replaying the games. It's definitely made things a lot more interesting in like the Master Challenge so far, being unable to switch. And also forcing myself not to heal mid-fight. Again, the only time we broke that rule there recently was Colosseum, because if we didn't, we'd have to redo everything. Right. Zubat is really struggling. I was saying, like, oh, you know, we might get to the third gym if we're quick today, but honestly, Nugget Bridge is quite tedious with all the way, like, times you have to, like, go up and then fight, return to heal, fight, return to heal. And especially while I'm swap trading, this is going to be very tedious. I'm almost certain of it. If Zubat could just learn a flying type move, which it won't because it just learned Supersonic, but if it could, it would just make life way more, like, less annoying. Let's see. Zubat is there, number 41. That's a Wigglytuff. Thank you, misclick. Zubat. Zubat learns Wing Attack at level 21, but it learns Bite at level 16, and at least Bite is not a normal type move in this game, so it'll actually be kind of useful. But that's in 5 more levels, and Zubat is really struggling to get any. But it's gonna kill this Caterpie! Let's go, Zubat! Because apparently this Caterpie only knows how to string shot. And like, my speed is down, you've got me there, my speed is low. Metapod. I'm gonna try and confuse you, because this is otherwise just gonna be slow as hell. But even hitting yourself, your defense is going up, so it's still gonna be slow as hell. But what's the point of switching? Why does Astonish also only have 15 PP? Why does Zubat have such a hard time being a Zubat? Like, I knew the meme was like, oh no, Zubat, ah, the caves, they're so annoying. But I didn't realize Zubat was such a bad Pokemon as well. I don't think Golbat's particularly terrible, but I'm just kind of surprised by how bad Zubat is. And if it weren't for the fact that it needs to evolve through friendship, it would just basically be a thing of like, why get a Zubat and just catch a Golbat later? I need your help, Metapod. I need you to help kill yourself. And I can't hit you with my Supersonic, please. Please. Knock knock, how's my day going? My day is going fine, Frank. How are you? I had a nice big nap. Did I confuse it? Hang on, I need to watch the stream back. Did I confuse it? I don't think I did. I did not. Okay. We good. Why does Twitch always remove my fucking ability to see the... Stupid Twitch! Stupid I'm hitting this move. There we go. You're doing good as well? Good, good. Well, I was about to ask how you're doing, but you just answered that, so... Ignore me! Chat appearance. Timestamps. Yes, I always turn you on. Why do you turn off? Stupid. Enjoying the Friday evening. Well, that's good. Right before the weekend, it's nice to take it easy. I mentioned it earlier, but I got home from work, and I... maybe watched YouTube for about 30 minutes, and then I fell very heavily asleep. Big nap. I enjoy big naps. This is going to be slow and tedious. It's not much different than doing Astonish, honestly. I might as well just keep using this. And the only reason I'm keeping it in is because being an evolved Pokemon, I'm assuming Metapod's going to give me better experience than what Caterpie did. I'm hoping, because otherwise I'm wasting my time, and I'm praying. Please. I guess you're a Bulbasaur fan as well, just like me. I mean, I like Pokemon as a whole, but I hate to break it to you, but if it makes you feel better, we're playing both FireRed and LeafGreen, and so technically I've got all 3 starters. Basically what we're doing right now is going between FireRed and LeafGreen on every alternating stream, and FireRed, my starter was Charmander. I started a LeafGreen save file, traded Bulbasaur over, because I need all 3 starters for my living decks. Or at the very least, not my living decks, because that's going to come from Generation 1, but for Pokemon Emerald, for its Pokedex, I needed, I still needed the Kanto starter, so I was like, hey, get a Bulbasaur, trade it over to FireRed, and then for LeafGreen, I'll just use, you know, my Squirtle. Oh, I didn't mean to spam that, fuck. But no, I think if I was to pick, I would be a Squirtle person when it comes to the original Gen 1 starters. But I'm a Gen 3 kid. That's my home, and I'm a Torchic guy. We did get some good XP off, so I'm gonna do this again. Although I think I'm gonna run out of PP. I'm not gonna do this again. I can't be fucked, quite frankly. Let's throw in Pidgeotto. But yeah, if you thought about the Bulbasaur because of the border, basically I have a border for whatever game we're currently playing, so since you're new, I'll just show you the borders we have. So obviously this is the LeafGreen border. When we're playing FireRed, this is the FireRed border. When we're playing Sapphire, when we're playing Ruby, when we're playing Emerald. So I have, you know, borders for every game just to show what game we're currently playing. So yeah, we're playing LeafGreen today. We got the LeafGreen border. When we're on FireRed next stream, we'll bring up the FireRed border again. You know, it's a small amount of effort I can put in off stream to just help show what game we're currently playing without needing to be asked, because obviously you can be playing Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, but which one are you playing today? You know? But this Generation 3 thing is mainly for Emerald as a whole. It is our main playthrough for Gen 3. And hopefully we can get things done relatively quickly and move on to Generation 4, then 5, then 6. And try and finish everything possible before everything gets stuck in Generation 7. Thanks, Pokemon Company. We all wanted Pokemon Bank to close. Anyway. Hashtag save Pokemon Bank. Right. This is tedious as fuck, but this is the life that we live. Of training Pokemon that are weak. And in particular, Zubat, that bitch weak.
I'm second, no, serious, okay.
Because yeah, if it wasn't obvious, I am doing all this on physical hardware. Right here I have my FireRed copy. But we're playing LeafGreen right now on GameCube. I'm using my SP as a controller. Oops. So, maybe I should... No, yeah, this is fine. So I'm plugged in through GameCube. It's all official hardware. It's all going to be transferred up to Pokemon home by the time the whole series is done. But now there's a time limit on it, so who knows? We have already done this through Generation 1 and 2, also on physical hardware. And it's been a fun series so far, and I was having a good time. I forgot that it's a ghost move. I've been having a fun time with it so far. And no, it's not. It's become pressure now. I have to do everything quickly, otherwise, you know, not do it at all. What am I fucking doing? Zubat, you just can't do anything. But annoyingly, it's hitting itself, so like if it keeps hitting itself, Zubat could win this fight. And that's some XP. That's some XP right there. Just keep hitting yourself, Pidgey. Keep doing it. No. I can live another one. But it's getting a little bit tight. It's gonna come out of confusion at any moment here. Right there. Yep, there it is.
But I want Zubat to get all the XP, but I don't have a choice.
Paris will die in one hit, so let's go Wartortle. That is upsetting. It's like, fuck me, this cable keeps coming out. What happens is like, I keep on pressing the A button to like choosing attack and then nothing happens. And I'm like, what's happening? Is my game died? It's like, no, it's my cables unplugging. Ah! I moved the camera. I'm sorry. Don't unsubscribe. Level 12, hooray! We got an Oddish. Which... just use Bite. I'm not worried. My Katu say you hello though. Your cat says hello. Hello, cat.
Meow.
Meow. I won't tell my dog that I said hello to your cat. I don't want to upset her. She likes cats though. She wants to play with him anytime she sees them. And I'm like, no, the cat doesn't want to play with you. The cat wants to kill you. Because it thinks that you want to kill it. And I have to like pull her away and be like, nope, no play with the cat. You also love to watch streaming just like me. My dog likes to watch the TV when I'm watching YouTube, so I can see that. There was, I was watching Game Grumps play Metal Gear Solid, and a snake was running across the screen. My dog was like just watching Snake like a hawk, just like anytime it moved around the screen. And I'm just like, damn, she is like invested in Snake right now. It's kind of funny. Kind of adorable. I don't think she has a clue what's going on. Like, she'll be sitting on the sofa here with her toy in front of her. Just in her paws, but she'll be staring at the TV like, whoa. I'm having a great time. I don't know what's happening, but look at the man running back and forth. Okay. I guess another bug catcher. This Zubat might not be any good for this game, but I don't know. It's a youngster, not a bug catcher. The Sandshrew. Why is Supersonic so shit? Why are you using defense, Carl? Stop boosting your defense! Fuck! Stop missing! God. Oh, and then you're just so fucking feeble, too. You have any Katu? I assume you're talking about cats when you say Katu. I don't have cats, no. I only have a dog. Oh, that's a critical hit. Hit yourself. Oh, not defense curl. Yikes. Oh, good. Thanks, confusion. You were great. Yes, it's cats. Okay. No, I don't have any cats. I've never had cats. I like cats. I like dogs more, but I like cats. But I've never had any cats. That's all the damage you're doing to yourself? How is that going to help me? What's my dog's name? I'm reluctant to say it because I don't want to wake her up, but it is the name of the orange princess in Mario. Hi, I'm... Hate yourself. Yes. You've never had any dogs? I've had them my entire life. I had a big black Labrador whenever I was a young lad. From basically toddler age up until I was a teenager. Then after that, I got a Jack Russell at 16 who only died last year. And now I've got a Jack Russell and Chihuahua like hybrid. And that's what's sitting beside me. You won't be able to see her. She is under a blanket, but she is very needy, very attention-seeking. Is Iris? Ah, nice. That's a nice name. I'm trying to confuse you again, but this sand attack is going to make this already bad accuracy move even more impossible to hit. And I was so close to beating you with just Zubat. Sandshrew, why are you being a piece of shit now? Why? Come on, Zubat, hit the supersonic. Stop defense curling, please. Come on. You were so close to doing this on your own. Think of the XP, Zubat! Think of the XP! No! No! You're a piece of shit, Sandshrew. Fuck you. This guy stinks. Jesus Christ, come on. Paris is so much bulkier than that Zubat. My god. Eat shit, Sandshrew. Aye, the critical hit when it was added to the counter. Ding! And an Ekans. That's a poison type, and it's reducing my attack, so...
No, I don't think so. I think I'll be sitting out War Turtle now, thank you very much. I don't wish to live this life.
It's very slow going here for these guys. Now a little bit of regret is sinking in where I'm like, maybe this should have been the off-screen episode. Because, oh boy. If we were in FireRed right now with our Charmeleon and Ivysaur, we'd be fucking flying through Nugget Bridge. Other than Ivysaur not listening to us, but that's a technicality. That's okay. You know, the moveset it has right now is Vine Whip, Tackle, Sleep Powder, and Growl. So 3 moves are useful, you know? If it ignores me, that's okay. There's still a good chance it's going to do something useful. It's also level 20 or 19, so, you know, it's effective regardless of what it does. Another lass. To know about your channel theme? My channel theme? What do you mean by channel theme? Expound. Elaborate. A level 16 Nidoran. I will tell you anything you want to know as long as it's within my power to do so. Ah, fuck me, I spammed the button again. Well, at least it's hitting itself. Ooh, that was some good damage. And as long as you don't spam me with fucking sand attack and... Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, no. Alright, alright. Nidoran might go down to Zubat. Okay, critical hit only does like 3 HP, so that's alright. It's not bad. Zubat can actually take this battle. on its own, as long as it doesn't boost its own defense and stuff. Let's go Zubat! Let's go Zubat! Why? This is fine. Okay. You took out a level 16. That's pretty good. 205 XP. That's not enough. I thought that was going to be a lot more. Alright, same again. Lance is supersonic. Not bad. Oh yeah, what do you mean, Frank? What do you mean by my channel theme? Do you mean just like the logo? My content? I don't know what you mean. Oh, this one's got higher defense, it seems. And that's more attack as well. What the fuck? I thought the point was like the male Nidoran was higher attack and then lower defense, and then, you know, that swapped for the male and female. Or did it use Growl on me and I just wasn't paying attention? I saw it there. I put you... Yes. Okay. I like the custom emotes though. I have custom emotes. Do I? Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see, like, I got 3 of them that are just like pretty generic, like my faces, but you can see my old dog there, Sybil, is one of my emotes. Because, you know, she... You know, I started my YouTube channel, my current channel in 2014. I actually started YouTube back in 2007. I've been doing it for nearly 20 years. But Sybil was a big part of my channel, just always being sort of in the background. And so, you know, she was obviously going to become an emote. And she's sort of like not a channel mascot, but like she's still a big important part to me. Because she was always there. Like, she's part of the channel's identity now. And then the other one is the Sonic Heroes logo, but saying the words "good game." Because of some friends of mine were doing like a Sonic Heroes race against each other, and I just made that for fun and put it in, and they were like, "That's a good emote, keep that." And I'm like, "Okay, I make that for my own channel." But I don't really do emotes anymore. I've kind of fallen off the whole like Twitch culture thing. Like, I don't do emotes, I don't do affiliates, I don't do channel points or any of that stuff. I like, when it comes to like what I like watching, I just like seeing the gameplay and the creator. I don't even want like this border, but there was like, if I don't have this border, there is just so much, you know, blank space. You know, this is what we have to deal with if there's no border. And I could stretch the gameplay, but then I'm covering up the gameplay. So, you know, we have a border just to make things look a little less empty. But otherwise, like, my channel style is very much just, here's the game, here's me, this is all that we're here for, and we'll have fun with it. You know, it's the kind of Let's Plays that I enjoy watching, because that's what I do Let's Plays. How's it going? It's going alright, Crit Slash, how do you do? Welcome. We are currently grinding pretty desperately some swap training for a Paris and a Zubat, and it is agony. But we're on Nugget Bridge at the minute. Just trying to get through the game. Since you're new here, just to catch up on what actually happens in this series. This is essentially the 3rd game of Generation 3 so far. We've played through the main story of Emerald, we played through the main story of Colosseum, and now we're playing through the main story of FireRed and LeafGreen, alternating each stream. And the overall purpose is a generational living dex. So we're going to get every Pokemon as a living dex entry from generations 1, 2, 3, etc. all the way up until generation 7, and trade it up to Pokemon Home. Unfortunately, we now have a time limit because Pokemon Bank is closing. Hashtag save Pokemon Bank. But we've already done all of Generation 1, all of Generation 2, and this is all done on physical hardware. So this is a copy of LeafGreen that's currently being played on a GameCube. I'm using a Game Boy SP as a controller. It is all legitimate. You know, there's no emulation here. And this is why it's such a cool thing to me. And how we did it with Generation 1 and 2 is, again, still physical cartridges. And it let me play Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 with my team as well, which was something I never got to do as a kid. And using save dumpers, I was able to dump my saves from my physical cartridges to my 3DS files and trade them up as well. So even my physical games for Generation 1 and 2 that could not trade out of Generation 1 and 2 are going to go to Pokemon Home, and that's so cool to me. And that's all going to be lost in February. Thanks, Game Freak. Yay! We're going to lose everything. Anyway, so there's not a time limit on this series, but I was doing this for all of Generation 1, all of Generation 2, and I am going to do it for all of Generation 3, but man, I wish I had more time. Because now I have to fucking speedrun, basically. And I don't want to do that. I want to take my time and enjoy it. But I don't have a choice. I wish I could have done that. I missed Transporter. If you have a modded 3DS, you can still download Transporter. Because my modded 3DS is the one that I can record from. And I didn't have Transporter on that. So using the mod software, I was able to download Transporter, and it's official. It works exactly the same. I tested it all before this series because, quite frankly, if it didn't work, I was pretty fucked. But you can download Bank, you can download Transporter, you can even download the Japanese copies of, you know, Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, etc., which was useful for me because I also played through Pokemon Green as part of the Generation Challenge. Just as a bit of a novelty, it's like, I'm going to play Yellow as my main series, but also play Red and Blue for, you know, other Pokemon that I'm missing, and then also play Green, since that's the one that, like, we didn't get, even though it's just Generation, it's just Blue. You know, our Red and Blue is really their Red and Green. It's their Pokemon Blue that's actually the different game. But I played Green for the novelty of it as well, but because it's Japanese, I can't trade it up to Bank with an English copy, so I downloaded the Japanese version of Green on my 3DS, and I was able to trade it all up to Pokemon Bank, and it's all legit, and it works, and I'm like, holy shit, this works? This is great! So it's been really cool so far, and with Generation 3 specifically, I've been excited because I get to play through Emerald and FireRed and LeafGreen, and then connect them to Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Bank gets announced to close, which means that when they resell us these games, you're buying an inferior version, because FireRed and LeafGreen on the Switch cannot connect to Colosseum or XD Gale of Darkness. Because fuck you. And that's all there is to it. And it's like, you're just making us have worse versions of games that have been around for 20 plus years. Why are you doing that? So I'm not happy. I have been very heavily in camp save Pokemon Bank. So yeah, anyway, sorry about the little ramble there. Sadly I don't know, my 3DS is on its last limb and the A button is going out. Oh damn. And like getting a new like second-hand 3DS is quite expensive these days, I believe. I'm fortunate that like I'm a little hoarder, so like I've had all my DSs and 3DSs since I was young. There's a couple of systems I've got recently through like Facebook Marketplace. Is quite a good place to find cheap consoles sometimes, but you know, people are catching on to the things that, you know, the value of these things. So it's becoming a bit harder without dropping like a lot more money, unfortunately. If your 3DS like is functioning, like modding it is pretty easy. I just recommend looking up a tutorial to make sure you do it right. Don't pay someone to mod it for you. That is not needed. You don't even need to install, you don't need to modify the DS in any way, like physically. It's all digital. You know, you're just downloading some files and putting stuff on an SD card. Fuck me, this cable keeps coming out. But yeah, I encourage you if you want to do something like this. Like, that's the thing about this project. I really, really wanted people to see this project and go, shit, that's cool, I want to do that as well. And now they can. Like, one of the biggest things I was looking forward to with this project was inspiring people to do the same thing, and you have 6 months to do it. Get on it! Fucking stupid. Anyway, I have a few 3DS, but that's my old 3DS with Bank. But if you use one of your other 3DSs and put all your mod software on that, you can download Bank again on that modded 3DS, because you know, my original 3DS was all transferred to like one of the newer 3DSs whenever they came out, and it's my original like non-new, god, I hate the naming system. So all my stuff from my original 3DS is on my new 3DS XL, and then my original blue like old 3DS is the one that I've modded, and I've re-put things like Pokemon Bank and Transport on it through the mod system. So you know, it is all doable if you're willing to go out there and do it. It takes like maybe an hour because you got to watch a tutorial and then like make sure you're following the steps correctly and doing it all correctly. But it is worth it because, you know, I personally don't mod the 3DS to put games on it that I don't own. I've just modded it for this series so I can back up save files, so I can transfer Pokemon and do what I've wanted to do with this series. I don't know much about modding. I can barely run an emulator. I can't run emulators either. But that's why I'm saying, like, there is a tutorial out there. There's a really simple, straightforward tutorial out there that will tell you everything you need to know in great detail. So don't be afraid to do it. And worst case scenario, you can always sort of reset things back to, like, you know, base. You're not going to permanently damage it. You'll be all right. Cerulean City and North Exit. So Route 24, we have a lot of Pokemon here. Bellsprout is the most common. Let's see, Caterpie, Weedle, Pidgey, Abra, Metapod, Kakuna. So just Bellsprout and Abra to catch here, which is 25% and 15% respectively. So let's Stun Spore. Yeah, I'm not one for like modding my systems either. I don't particularly like doing it, but I needed to mod my 3DS for the purposes of this challenge. And it's already like modified physically because it is one I've modified, or not I modified, I sent it away to get a capture card installed so I can record it for my YouTube videos and stuff, but modding it for software just for the purposes of this challenge was necessary, and I'm glad I did it because it has so many more features. I was able to back up my save files from my DS and 3DS games as well, which is good because I've heard that 3DS games apparently are worse quality, and like I've read rumors online about people who have like loaded up like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire after years of not playing it and everything was gone, and I'm like, I don't want that to happen. So it's just good for like backing up your saves as well. But yeah, just like it's called I think it's just called like 3DS Homebrew, and the software for backing up is called Checkpoint. So like just even like googling like what's the best like 3DS mod or something like that, like there'll be people out there that guide you in the right direction to the right video to find, and as I say, it'll take about an hour of your time. As long as you follow it to the letter and you don't deviate, you'll be fine. And just to reiterate, I'm only encouraging this for the purposes of like, you know, Pokemon Bank and Transporter, which this is the only way to get them now. And if you're going to download games, I encourage you to download games that you already own. You know, I'm not advocating for any sort of piracy. You know, I've only downloaded games on there that I have paid for and bought myself and own the copies of. So I encourage you to look into it if you want to, just for the usefulness of it. To be fair, even if I was advocating for like piracy, I don't even know where you get like DS and 3DS ROMs. I haven't a clue. I just don't do it. Right. I think we leave with Wartortle because I think we all know how this works. When we find Abra teleports after one Pokeball thrown, so we're just gonna have to find it and get lucky. I don't think there's anything after this area. I don't think the next area even has Pokemon to find. Route 25. No, it's the same Pokemon. So nothing new in the next bit. By my own time, I've been working on a challenge I saw on YouTube. Thought it looks horrible yet fun. What is it? This is a challenge that like I never saw on YouTube. It's just something that I've been actually brewing for years. You know, people do living dexes all the time, but I was like, I want to do it all on physical hardware and trade it up. Now that I had a way to dump my save files from my Game Boy cartridges, and I was like, that's the coolest thing. You know, the games that they were all trapped in, Gen 1 and Gen 2, can now go to the future. It was a super cool concept to me, and also just being able to use those in Stadium and still get the full experience of Stadium 1, Stadium 2, which you cannot get on Nintendo Switch right now, and you couldn't get from the Virtual Console version. So it's like, I got the full Generation 1 experience and Generation 2 experience that I never had as a kid, and I got to keep the Pokemon for it. I was like, that's so cool. But since making my challenge, or like planning and conceptualizing it, because I was thinking about all this before I moved house. I moved house 3 years ago, and I was planning this before I moved house. I have since seen people do generational living challenges, similar and somewhat different to mine. Like, I've seen people that have done it in a way that's like, I have caught all the Pokemon in, like, FireRed and LeafGreen, for example, for Generation 1. They want them from Kanto, but they don't want them necessarily from Red, Blue, Yellow. And then, like, they'll trade everything up to the new games and evolve them in the new games because it's easier. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I want the living dex in that game as well. Like, I made the living dex in Yellow and in Crystal by leveling up and evolving everything in those games as well. Not just waiting till the later games to make it easier for myself. And then, like, added challenges for myself, like Pokeballs only, no healing during battle. You know, just anything to make things a little bit more interesting and fun for myself. And then, let's see what else. There was another person I saw that is doing, like, generational living decks as well. His name is Livid. He's the guy that I actually got the name from. I was like, generational living decks, that's a great name for it. Because that gets the point across right away. You know that you're just getting a Pokemon from every, like, home region that they first appeared in. But I think, again, he's doing it slightly differently than I am. I think he's doing it, like... I don't remember. Again, it might be, like, FireRed and LeafGreen, for example. You know, instead of, like, Generation 1. But it's because mine is so specific to, like, physical hardware and getting them from their original regions. It's like, I've kind of gone that extra step. And also because I wanted to play Stadium and Stadium 2 and Colosseum and XD. I needed it to be physical for all that to be possible. So mine is still kind of unique in that way. These people beat me to the punch, but I was planning this from like 3-4 years ago, basically. It's been very fun. I remember, like, as soon as I bought my house, the very first thing I did, I didn't have any furniture in it. I brought my soldering iron to my kitchen that had no furniture in it, and I opened up my cartridges and I replaced the batteries, and I go, soon I will be playing all of you. I'm going to have the full amount of time with these batteries as I can, because with Generation 1 and 2, if the batteries die, your save file dies with them. Generation 3 doesn't happen, but it does, like, ruin, like, timed events. But those batteries were all changed 3 years ago in preparation for these challenges, and I was so excited to start. That's all I could think about. And then I started, and I had a blast doing Generation 1 and Generation 2, and I was having a blast with Gen 3, and now it's panic! Panic because Pokemon Bank is closing! And I'm like, I don't want to rush! I have so much more to do! I don't want to have to panic! It's not fair! Anyway, sorry. It's trying to get all Pokemon in National Dex order. I see, okay. So, like, how does that work? I assume, like, you start the game from, like, say, FireRed, LeafGreen. You start with Bulbasaur, and then you don't catch anything all the way up until... Oh, well, I assume... Okay, so I assume that what you're allowed to do is then, like, you do Bulbasaur, then Ivysaur, then Venusaur. You're not going for, like, Living Dex version, you're just going for, like, Pokedex version, I assume. And then... If, let's see, so you go through those guys, and then, like, you start, like, a second game, and you go Charmander, blah, 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 then Squirtle, blah, 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 and then you start being able to catch, like, wild Pokemon, like Caterpie and stuff. Is that what you mean? I have seen challenges like that before. I think, like, those ones would get rather tedious for me. Like, Professor Oak's challenge and stuff like that can be kind of like that for me, where I'm like, I like the concept, but, like, I can't be bothered grinding out, like, wild battles forever to just get enough, like, of this one thing to be able to evolve my Clefairy to a Clefable before the first gym. You know, that sort of thing. About 5 falls going of any given region at a time. Okay. To make this possible. So how far are you through this challenge? Is this something you're doing just for fun, or are you, like, documenting this for, like, YouTube as well, or anything like that? Because, like, stuff like that is always interesting, because it's like, you can do it for fun, but a lot of times it does make for good, like, YouTube stuff. You know, not everyone has to be YouTube stuff out of their gameplays, but just curious. I'm doing, like, a shiny badge quest, which I've never done before. I'm doing that on FireRed and LeafGreen for the Switch. And I finally got my first shiny starter a couple weeks ago with Squirtle. Still trying for the other one in the other game, but now I'm in the Viridian Forest looking for my second shiny in LeafGreen. So that, you know, I've beaten Brock. I just need to, like, find a second shiny before I can go and do Misty. But, man, it took so fucking long to find the shiny. in Leaf Green on the Switch and FireRed. Over 200 hours on both games, and it took forever. But you know, now that I'm on to FireRed and Leaf Green for this challenge, I'm back on my physical cartridges, and my shiny hunting challenge can wait. Just started Hoenn. Okay, so you're like relatively like decently far through. That's not bad. Metapod, no. I need my Abras, which were throwing out of my balls. Shiny hunting is pain. Nate, what are you doing over there? It is pain, but man, I do enjoy it. It is just such a nice passive hobby to do while I'm like watching YouTube or something. But it can be pain when it goes on for so long. I'm currently at 13,000 encounters for shiny Mareep. That's not true. I'm currently at 13,000 encounters for the current phase for shiny Mareep in Pokemon Silver. Because I have found 2 shinies so far that are not Mareep. So I have phased. And that encounter total is actually much higher for Mareep as a whole. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm currently on 13,000 to my current phase. And that feels like pain. Especially because, like, once I find this Mareep, that's me done with Generation 2 as a whole. Like, this is just a small side quest of mine. To be like, hey, I'm going to reclaim the shiny Mareep that I found when I was, like, 6 years old. I'm going to reclaim it now in the modern day. And, it's tested me a little bit. It's tested me. Meanwhile, I found shiny Groudon in Ruby version in 550 encounters. So, you know, it's a give and take. But I do enjoy shiny hunting. Although, once again, shiny hunting is gonna be fucking dead because you won't be able to transfer to a bank after February of 2027. So have fun shiny hunting for things that no longer can be transferred up. Where did all the Abra go? I'll be stuck in the OG RC for most part of this dex. Does But what way does this work then? So you're doing it in Pokedex order, obviously, then. But like, is it just like you need to go and catch them, and then you're not trading them into a specific game to have them all in one game? Is it? It's like as long as you catch them, you can now move on to a different game if you need to. Is that sort of how it works, or you know, I just want to make sure I understand exactly sort of how the project works. Because I am curious. But it's like, yeah, have fun trying to do projects like that whenever you're bound to the Switch titles only. Won't that be fun? Never mind fucking Ribbon Masters and other cool shit that comes from the old games. Like, good, you'll never be able to attain the Shadow Pokemon, you know, from Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness ever again once bank is closed. Cool, thanks Game Freak. Why? You'll never be able to obtain like the Pokemon Ranch Mew or Fione or the Pokemon Ranger Manaphy or anything like that. It's just stupid. Quite frankly, it just feels controlling. Like, they want to control the Pokemon that they put out into the world and not just let you, like, catch from your old games. And it's stupid. I realize you can't skip dex entries. I have a checklist for keeping track. Okay, cool. So you're into Hoenn now. So I'm assuming you're trying to do this for the entire, like, 1,000 and, you know, 20 plus Pokemon? Or do you have, like, a stopping point of, like, alright, this is where I'm stopping this challenge? Man, these fucking Abra. I don't know when I last saved, but like part of me is thinking I should have saved long ago so that I didn't waste all my Pokeballs. I'm on 14 now, so I think I might, you know, here's what will happen, right, is I'm going to save, and then I'm going to end up catching it on the first ball. But if I don't, you know, I'll go for a little bit, but I can eventually just reset and get my Pokeballs back. That's the hope, even though I know it's currently impossible, but that's ways off before I get to the point. Yeah. It must be rather time consuming because like it's a lot of research to do. You know, just trying to figure out like where the next place to go is for the next Pokemon you're looking to catch, but it's time consuming. Have you like limited yourself to like starting like new saves for all of this, or is it like you can use existing saves if you want to? Because like obviously that's part of like this whole thing is like, you know, I have save files of FireRed and LeafGreen from years ago, but I started new saves for them. I started new saves for Emerald and Ruby Sapphire, Red, Blue, Yellow, etc. Like the point was to like start like basically a new forever save is what people have been calling them, and be like, this is gonna be like my big main playthrough of this game. Hi, Kakuna. Or have you just been like, oh, it's supposed to be new saves. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, I wish you luck. How long have you been doing it so far? Because obviously if you've reached Hoenn, you've been doing it for a while already so far. Obviously you've done all of Gen 1 and 2. Are there anything like stipulation wise, like, oh, I can skip mythicals? Because obviously with Mew you would have to either do like the Mew glitch in Red, Blue, Yellow, or like go to Emerald specifically, get through the end of the game, and then you know, do the mystery gift event, and then Celebi, you know, you have to play through all of Pokemon Crystal on Virtual Console specifically to get that. So is there anything that's like I can do this or do that, or is it like if you are you using like glitches and exploits to like help fill in those gaps? I'm like learning a whole bunch about this this challenge that I'm aware of but don't know much about. Where are these fucking Abra? Why are they playing games? I swear I don't normally have this much problems trying to catch Abra with Pokeballs. Yeah. I've been here for ages. Come on, Abra, just let me catch you. I suppose, like, if I went with Paris and used Stun Spore, I could paralyze it, and then it might not be able to use Teleport. But one, it might outspeed, and two, it might just not get paralyzed once I've hit it. This should be pretty painless. There we go. We got the Abra. I did use a lot more Pokeballs than I would have liked, but oh fucking well. We got it. Alright, Paris is dead. I don't remember Paris being dead, but Paris is dead. Oh, I remember Paris being dead. It died in the grass. It's okay. We can now continue. I saw your feet from the grass. F-E-A-T. As long as you're not making this weird. Camper Shane. Mythicals are not legit in my means, so like the video I watched, he said a line like this were really possible at one point, but it's not anymore. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I think, like, you know, you like what I do with this series, like, you can get ways to make the mythicals sort of appear. You know, I did the Mew glitch in Generation 1, but used... Fucking Christ! I used the 8F glitch to turn it into, like, a legal, like, Game Freak Mew so that I could transfer it up. And then Celebi was just from the Virtual Console save, so what I did was I took my Crystal cartridge, beat the game, or I saved before the Elite Four, exported it to my 3DS, played it on 3DS, beat the game, collected the GS ball, and then put it back on my cartridge to then like do the event on physical hardware without actually using any cheating device. So Celebi was like as legit as it can be, basically. But you know, things coming up are not going to be that straightforward. And then much later down the line, there are Pokemon like Zarude and Zeraora where I'm like, I don't think this is possible. I don't think I can do this Living Dex thing. But those come in like Generation like 8 and stuff, so it's like I'm not super worried, but you know, there are some things where I'm going to have to like just skip it because it's impossible. Most Gen 6 to 7 mythicals are not legit, but yeah. It's yeah. Let's see what else. Like, yeah, I think unless I can do like the mystery gift like exploits or whatever for Generation 6, which I don't know if you can. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to get like, is it Hoopa, Volcanion, and whatever the other one is. I want to say, oh, it's Diancie. Because like, yeah, at some point it's gonna get to a stage where it's like, I don't think I can do this correctly anymore. I think Generation 5 is sort of where it's gonna stop, in the sense of like, this is how, as official using exploits as possible. And by exploits I mean like the DNS exploit to get like the mystery gift events and all that. But like, I think Generation 6 is where I'm gonna have trouble. If I even get that far. I thought there was something here. Those are in ZA, all three. Zarude is in ZA? Is it? I don't remember Zarude being in ZA. Because I can't fucking remember Zarude at all as a Pokemon. I always forget that it exists. Hello, Daisy. There she is. Here you go. Folks, I just want to say, because obviously it's been quite nice having people to chat to. You know, I obviously not to make it strange or pity party-ish here. I don't often have people in chat. You know, talking away. Obviously, yes, I know you're there, Brisk, and I'm not talking about you specifically here. But a lot of times my chats are very quiet, so I've appreciated like having people to talk to today. So if you are new to the streams and you're enjoying yourself, I do encourage you to follow on Twitch. I would prefer if you subscribed on YouTube, because that's my main platform of choice. But this series, it doesn't have a set schedule, but I just stream it when I have time. And I'm trying to get through all generations from generations 1 to 7 as much as possible before bank closes. At some point that might stop because I might run out of time and need to do it in my spare time. But if you enjoy this, please follow, subscribe, or whatever. But I also do YouTube videos and have been since 2014. I've got over 1,000, so there's maybe stuff you'd like to see. So please consider keeping up with my shit, because I would appreciate it. I put a lot of work into it. Thank you. Anyway, back on to talking. He normally streams this time of the day when he does. Sometimes, yeah, like, it's usually later in the day, like midnight UK time. But sometimes I try to stream earlier if I am not, you know, napping. But unfortunately, I'm always fucking napping. It's just the life I lead. I'm sorry. This is the time you always catch? Yeah. It is pretty common that I stream at nighttime. It's just the time I have the most energy. Because I've had my nap. Excuse me. I'm very terribly sorry. Hiker Franklin with a Machop. Zubat could take this if it had its wing attack, but it don't. But maybe I can Supersonic and... It's fighting against flying. I should be able to hold my own, right? If Zubat could land the fucking Supersonic. Looking at the Gen 3 Dex, and it's a break compared to Johto Dex. Gen 2 is so weird. It is, yeah. It really is. I remember like playing through Gen 2 for this challenge and thinking like, where's all the Gen 2 Pokemon? What? Where are they? There was just so much Gen 1 in Gen 2. Hey, I just want to say thank you for clearing your Supersonic right away. Machop, super cool of you. Go back to being confused though? Look at this, Zubat's doing it. Zubat's doing it. He's gonna get his own win against a Machop, which is like an okay Pokemon. Come on, Zubat! It flinched! Zubat wins! Zubat wins! It's still not a whole lot of experience, to be fair. Geodude, that's where you might struggle. if you've got a single rock type move, you will die. But maybe he doesn't have a rock type move. You never know. Maybe he doesn't. He does. Just like immediately the first move. Okay. I can't even send out Paris because Paris only has Scratch. So I guess Wartortle it is. And this is why we're back and forth to the Pokemon Center all the time, is just because, like, I ain't fucking wasting the money on revives at this point in the game just to, like, keep my Zubat alive. Or maybe I should, like, let, whenever one goes down, just switch to the other and, like, focus on it, and then as soon as both go down, that's when I go back to the Pokemon Center. That's maybe a good idea. We're going to see Bill. First, we battle. First, we dance. I know, how immediate was that rock throw? This guy's got a level 17 Onyx, Jesus Christ. If Paris had a grass type move, it would be pretty cool, but it doesn't. I haven't looked at Paris's level up moveset, but I just learned Poison Powder, so don't think I'll be getting another move for a little while. I don't know why you would run Stun Spore, Poison Powder, and Spore all at the same time, or Sleep Powder. It's because, like, only one of them can work at a time. So why have all of them? Like, there's been some trainers in, I think even in Emerald, we fought a trainer that used that exact strategy. And it's like, what is the point? What are you doing?
It's youngster Joey with Retain.
Alright. Don't like the tail whip. If you've got like a Hyper Fang, I'm probably in danger, but Paris could take this. That's half my damage. Why the fuck is level 15 Rattata learning Hyper Fang? It's a good thing I had to file it over from FireRed from when I did Gen 1, because if I was locked at just current gen, I was working on... I was locked to just current gen, I was working on, if only because he chose early in Johto decks and it's Kanto only, baby. Excuse me. It is 3:30 a.m. to be fair. I did start at 1:30 tonight. Hopefully next stream is not this late. But yeah, I mean it's another way to play the game, and it's a cool way to play the game. I don't know if I would do it myself. I think I would like lose my mind having to like try and plan that. I already lose my mind trying to plan this series. But who knows what I'll do like once I have like no other challenges going on. Honestly, I'm like thinking here like, because one of the things I liked about this series was being able to like pace it, and like between every generation I was doing a different stream in between. So like, you know, Generation 1 I took a break after finishing it and I did the last bit of Sonic Superstars, and then I did Generation 2, then I did Sonic Generations. And then after this, I had agreed to do A Link to the Past as a request by Brisk, and now I can't do that because if I take a break, I'm going to waste precious time. So I might burn myself out with all the Pokemon I have to play, and I'm not looking forward to that. I quite enjoyed taking my time with this series, and that's going away because it was like a comfort series. And you know, with that, it also means that instead of me having like maybe a couple more years to finish this project and just sort of taking my time, I've only got a couple months to finish multiple generations. And that means that in a couple months time, I'm going to have nothing to stream. And I'm like, uh-oh, what do I do when I no longer have Pokemon to stream? Because this has been all I've been doing for like the last like 2 or 3 years in terms of like streaming content. And it's been great. I've been having a lot of fun. But I don't know what I do once I lose this. Genuinely. I'm going to poison you. I was able to catch Pikachu and FireRed and breed it in 4 Island. That is helpful. Okay, I don't think Paris is gonna survive. And I'm pretty sure that Slowpoke just used Confusion on me when I wasn't looking, so I might... This whole not healing shit is proving to be difficult. There it goes. Because I was gonna say, like, yeah, I could go into Zubat, and I am, actively, as you can see. But that's because I do have 2 moves that are super effective, so that could be good enough. And maybe the poison will take it down. As long as it doesn't confuse me, I'm fine. Or the flinch works too, that's pretty sweet. Oh, the poison did kill it, nice. 360, now that's some XP! Yes, Zubat. Youngster Dane, he's not mad, he's just Dane! Mad backwards is damn! Hi, my boyfriend is cool. Well, my boyfriend, shut up. Actually, I think I'm past trying to use that file for the babies. The Gen 3 babies, I believe, are more reasonable. Yes, I think so. That sounds about right. Alright, you took on a level 16 Nidoran when you were level 12, so you got this. No problem. Not a problem at all. I just need you to hit yourself. No. Stop. Are you playing the game right now? Or are you just watching? Right, that took away 9 HP. Excuse me. I think Zubat dies now. Okay. These flinches are helpful, but I really need it to hit itself. Hit yourself, hit yourself, hit yourself! Yes! Very good. Not enough XP. Nidoran female. This is fucking copycat from the person from earlier. Alright, well, no way Zubat's gonna live, so I'm just gonna swap. This is my first time trying to figure out how the baby system works. I did have to like deal with that a little bit when I was playing Crystal, because I had to like breed down egg moves, and I've like never really had to do that. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. But I got it in the end, and I had to do some egg move breeding as well for my Hoenn game as well. Alright, all the way back to the fucking Pokemon Center. I'm almost at the end of this route as well. It just feels long because of all the backtracking I have to do. Because I'm trying to train 2 very weak Pokemon. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to take up all this time. The title of the stream is Gotta Catch Fast, and I'm catching very slowly. I'm sorry. I guess it was clickbait. You got me. But I think I get a pass, you know, because I'm limited by, you know, look, you know, I have to train some very difficult to train Pokemon. You know, you gotta be nice to me. You can't be mean. Being mean is mean. And we don't like being mean. We're not about being mean here. I'm currently still on Sapphire working on Trico. Oh. Like just getting it up to Sceptile is what you mean? What would be your favorite Pokemon game, or at the very least Pokemon Generation? I think I already like spoiled it earlier, but mine is Generation 3. Like that's where I came from. I did play Generation 2 before Generation 3. Like my brother had a copy, and we had like a 2-in-1 cart. I'm not falling for this again. So I played Silver before any other game. But Ruby was the first one that I owned like my own official copy for, so that became like my home region. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Nice. That is a good one. That is a good one to pick. Hiker Knob. Hi, it's me, the Hiker Knob. Why do you just have fucking 4 Geodudes? Are you having fun? Because I'm not having fun. We could be having fun, but you chose to not have fun today. And I'm a chop. And there we go. You done got me, and real good too. I don't want to get no knob. Alright, Zubat's still the lead, that's fine. We go here and get you to walk down so we can go in behind you. I'm a cool guy, I've got a girlfriend. I'm a cool guy, I've got a girlfriend. These fucking show-offs, man. I was very confused when I got B2 years later and went, why is my pig not following me? Oh, black too. Yeah. Who wants, you know, features to persist throughout the generations, eh? I remember, I've told this story on stream before, but, so my brother had yellow, red, and gold when we were young, and as mentioned, my first game was Ruby, so that was well later, but, we did have a 2-in-1, a fake cartridge for gold and silver 2-in-1, and, I, on my silver save file, wanted a Pikachu that followed me, so I said, hey, Martin, can you start a new save file on yellow and trade me a Pikachu that will follow me? Thinking that that's just how it worked. Obviously, that was incorrect. But I didn't know, and he didn't fucking know. It was the early 2000s. And, I was like, you don't have to save or anything, so just trade me the Pikachu. Both of us forgetting that whenever you go to trade, it saves the game. Damn it, Zubat, you nearly got this one on your own. So yeah, he went to the trade menu, went to trade me a Pikachu, and then we realized, oh, we can't trade. We didn't know about the time machine, so technically we could have traded, but it wouldn't have been a following Pikachu anyway, but because he went to the trade screen, it saved his game and overwrote his save file that had a level 100 Pikachu and a Mewtwo caught in a Pokeball, and he was not happy with me. He was rather displeased, actually. And I did not mean to do that to him. Because I was younger than him, so he should have known better. He's the one who played the games, not me. But I've never forgotten that injustice I caused him that day. But he got over it. I've touched on this, but I'm locked to RSC and the first part of Oras. Oh, you can play both? Okay, so let's go get this. Secret power. Well, there ain't no secret bases in this game. Okay, we're almost out of this area. So yeah, I might just use a potion here. Or maybe not, because like I'm probably not gonna like survive the fight anyway. So let's just battle. I had this feeling, I knew I had to battle you. Youngster Chad with Ekans, yeah, like I don't think this is really a fight that Zubat's gonna win. It's gonna drop our physical, which is the only type of move that we have. So that's fine, it was worth a swap anyway. Aw, man. Level 15, one more and we get Bite, and it might actually be able to win some fights. Sandshrew. So currently Oras is mostly useless to me because I'm locked to before Norman because of a story event that forced a Pokemon in your team very out of order. Oh, is that No, I'm thinking of later. Whenever you get Latios or Latias. What does Norman give you? I'm trying to remember. Okay, you're doing not too bad. 650 to go. But I think we'll put Paris in the lead here just to try and catch it up. I get this? I did. It was an orangeberry. Oh, there's another one here. A Blookberry.
My friend has many cute Pokemon. I'm so jealous.
Yep, okay. I could maybe do this fight. We tied for speed? Evasiveness? Alright, Paris took out an Oddish on its own. Not that that was particularly difficult, but there you go. Level 14. I was gonna check what the moves... Oh man, okay, well. Now we can switch into Pidgeotto. I was gonna check and see what moves Paris learns, because I don't actually know. Or at least when it learns moves. Let's see, Paris. So it learns... It next learns Leech Life at 19, then Spore at 25. But it evolves at level 24. And then it wouldn't learn Spore until 27, so... We could level it up to 25, learn Spore, and then evolve it. And that's very late into Dex, so I will use Oras to be, the Eon Duo is really easy in Oras, but everything else, unless it's early availability, is just easier to stick to RC. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But here we are at Bill's house. In the middle of Bill's house. I don't think these guys are traders. Hello, are you here alone? If you're out at Cerulean's Cape, well, it should be as a couple. Cape is a famous date spot. Misty, the gym leader, has high hopes about this place. This is actually alluding to Generation 2, because these guys I don't think were here. I think there might have been one person here in the first game. But they're talking about how, like, in Generation 2, you catch Misty here with a boy. And then she's like, you piece of shit! And then she's like, I'll fight you. Hello, Clefairy. Hiya, I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? I'm not joshing you, pal. I screwed up an experiment and got combined with a Pokemon. So how about it? Help me out here. I think in the anime it's just a costume, but like, if right here just be like, yeah, I got combined with one. That's fucking unhinged. Why are people not talking about this more? Like, that's crazy technology. Is this the precursor to the Synchro Machine from Scarlet and Violet? You know? Could be. Okay, bye. I don't know why he doesn't just talk to you. Because he does that in Generation 1 as well. You could just fucking leave. Teleport is displayed on the monitor. I thought I got to see the Pokedex by looking on that PC. Yeehaw, thanks bud, I owe you one. So, did you come to see my Pokemon collection? You didn't? That's a bummer, but I've got to thank you, so here, maybe this'll do. Here's a ticket to go on a boat. That cruise ship is SSN, is in Vermilion City. I hear there were lots of trainers on board too. They invited me to their party, but I can't stand fancy dues. So why don't you go instead of me? Go on, have a good time. Now can I look at your PC? No? I thought I got to look at the PC and look at the evolutions. Or is that later in the game? Okay, yeah, okay, weird. Eevee! Flareon! Jolteon! Vaporeon! Wow, my rival was like, I got loads of Pokemon pages in my Pokedex. It's fucking 4, my guy. And I guess this is just to like help fill it whenever you're only gonna get one of these later in the game, but Anyway, we're finally done here. We can go and finally do the gym. They reference this the OG Sun and Moon. What do you mean? Oh, this is open now. The people here were robbed. It's obvious that Team Rocket is behind this most heinous crime. Even our police force has trouble with the rockets. But oh where could Team Rocket be? Oh, bother! Fucking, like, look! Look! You stupid police officer. Anyway, I'm gonna go heal. God forbid they have a tiny fence that is below eyeline that you could see over and see the criminal just standing in the back garden, hanging out, dick in hand. Right. Might struggle in the gym actually, but no, I'll go buy Pokeballs later. We don't need any right now. Let's go talk to the man in black and be like, yo, what you doing here? You causing trouble? You causing a ruckus? Hey, maybe don't do that. Team Rocket must be trying to dig their way into no good. I've been robbed. Those miserable rockets. Look what they've done to my house. They stole a TM for teaching Pokemon how to dig holes. I was going to use it on a Mankey or a Sandshrew. That cost me a bundle, it did. That cost me a bundle, it did. Hey, stay out. It's not your yard. Huh? Me? I'm an innocent bystander. Don't you believe me? It's also not your yard. Also, it's not a yard. It's a fucking path that leads directly to their, you know, back door. And they don't have a back door. They do now, but they weren't supposed to. Using Leer, I don't think this is very good. Paris might die pretty quickly to a Machop. But hoping that it hits me and I get it like put to sleep or something. Maybe I should just go for Stun Spore. No effect Spore there. They reference this Billabit in the OG Sun and Moon. Oh, do they? Is it just like them repeating the same thing? Like, be like, oh, I got merged with a Pokemon? Or is it like, oh, remember that time this one guy? I was risking it there for low kick. If it used Karate Chop, oh, what? I thought it was enough damage. Man. Alright, fine. Zubat goes out. It's been a long time since I played Sun and Moon, so I just don't remember it. I did play Pokemon Moon on my channel many years ago. But that's basically a lifetime ago at this point. A Drowsy. Psychic type, so that is a problem. Supersonic still continues to miss. Oh, but Hypnosis can land. Of course. My apologies. I shall go fuck myself. Thank you. Man. Stop, I give up. I'll leave quietly. Okay, I'll return the TM I stole. I better get moving. Bye! Like, this is not a yard. It just isn't. Also a really badly designed town. I brought you your TM back. I figure what's lost is lost. I decided to teach Diglett how to dig without a TM. 1, that was fast, and 2, I have it right here. Stop being a mope. Anyway, that police officer was useless. Alright, gym time. So, in the story of OG Sun and Moon, Lucamine fused with the Space Jelly, and Lily will mention in the Kanto because someone there is an expert in Pokemon Fusion. Oh! Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, like, I did play the original Moon on my channel, so, like, I probably even, like, recognize that and be like, oh, wow, that's a neat, like, very specific nod. But, like, man, that was such a long time ago. And it's also, like, because, yeah, like I say, like, in the anime, it's just a guy in a costume. And for, like, other things, it could be, like, not fusion. You know, I think there's elements that sort of make it implied that it's not Pokemon fusing together, so it's nice that there is some other form of media, like Pokemon Sun and Moon, that do back up, oh yeah, these two actually fused together. That it did happen. Because again, like I said, I'm like, why are more people not talking about this? It seems like it should be a bigger deal than it is. But at least someone brought it up. With Lily. Alright, let's go. Splash! I'm first up, let's do it! Excuse me. Luis with a horsey. Now, Paris is a grass type. We just don't have a grass type move yet, and I don't think we will for a while. But resistances aren't too bad to have. Maybe go for a poison powder just to help weaken it while we're attacking. If all it has is bubble, then... Oh, come on. This thing is just so painful because it's like, man, I could have been doing damage. Just a waste of goddamn time. Oh, don't smoke screen. Boo. Boring. And now Scratch is missing. Fuck's sake. See, this is why we're paralyzed, because now you're forced to take damage even when I miss. This gets dropped in Ultra because that plot point doesn't exist, and instead the other kid says he's heading to Kanto to take on the gyms. I know. I kind of really hate the way they changed the story. Because like the way it ended in Sun and Moon was like so much cooler than the way it ended in Ultra Sun and Moon. Other than that, it's like Ultra Sun and Moon is basically just slightly, very minorly better Sun and Moon. But that one story element was a bad change. IMHO. Shelder. Now you're... Oh, fuck's sake, this cable again. You're defensive. Icicle Spear. That's not good. That seems like a really good move for you to have this early on. And I didn't land my poison powder. Alright, so Zubat's a bad call. Technically Pidgeotto's a bad call, so Wartortle it is. Ultra Necrozma is a harder boss unless you know the cheese. I managed to get through it with I think maybe 1 or 2 of my team members alive on the first go. And I was like, yeah, I guess it was hard enough, but you know, in general it was also like if you still just play the game in a way of like catching everything so you have one of everything, you know, just catching one of everything that's new on a route, or and also battling all the trainers. I was like, I'm not underleveled, but I'm not like crazy underleveled. Or you know, I wasn't struggling. You know, I lost Pokemon because of like types and stuff, but I didn't feel like I was like, oh, I didn't have to use like item span or anything, but it was like, I can see where the challenge came from, but I got through it okay. But just from pure story elements, I think Lucamine was a way more interesting, like, boss. The fused Lucamine. The, Ultra Necrozma definitely was way cooler, but Lucamine was, Like, oh man, shit, like she has gone off the deep end. She's fucking psycho. And then they just went, oh, I'm sorry, Lily, I should have seen better in Ultra Sun and Moon instead. And it's just like, boo! Why is she not insane anymore? Why don't we get the cool, like, fusion transformation, I have gone too far this time thing? Like, she got redeemed way too easily in Ultra Sun and Moon. No, I didn't much care for that. Ultra... Can't tell there's a Zoroark on the field? Oh! Huh. That's pretty funny. That was some damage. Oh, well, that's a critical hit. Okay. Yes. What? That was nothing. Haha, I'm in danger. Okay, oh, please. Yes. Yes, Paris! They're starting to be able to do their own battles. You overwhelmed me. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take on Misty right away without healing, because Paris is just going to get swapped out anyway. It's not really going to be able to do much of its own. Ugh. Here we go. Hi, you're a new face. Only those trainers who have a policy about Pokemon can turn pro. What is your approach when you catch and train Pokemon? My policy is an all-out offensive with Water-type Pokemon. It's Misty of Cerulean Gym, leading with Staryu, a level 18 Water-type. Paris would be a good match for this if it was fully healed and had a Grass-type move, but it isn't, and doesn't. So I think go into battle with my Water-type. She'd appreciate that, right? And getting Bite in Generation 3 version of this is going to make this fight a lot easier. I got immediately confused. That's fantastic. Fight through it, no. Okay, I don't like this. I need Wartortle to stay alive. Alright, I think I'm gonna swap. Don't confuse on the first hit again, please. Alright, nice. I could sand attack it, but... Damage! Kill, murder, pardon! Didn't even know Staryu could learn Harden, if I'm completely honest. Oh, and you're super potioning? Cheap. Okay, confusion's gone, that's not bad. I think I can take another Water Pulse just fine. Rook! It's undoing all my work. Come on, cheeky critical hit, where are you when I need you? Stop using Harden! An all-out offensive with harder confusion and healing. Yeah, that's pretty true. Survive, survive, yes! Fuck you, Staryu! Alright, if I can outspeed Star Me, I'm gonna hit it with a sand attack. Just try to help not land those water pulses. It outspeeds me. That's fantastic. This is a problem. This is actually a problem. Yeah, it is closer to a stall, isn't it? Well, it has Swift, which is not great, but come on. Oh, I did 11! Are you gonna heal? Are you gonna heal? Non-healing, swifting. Ah, critical hit! Okay, right. It's possible I could win without healing. I don't think it's likely. Unless Power somehow survived. Yep, nope. Let's go, Zubat! This is your big moment! This is your big moment! Astonish! Live and use Astonish! Yeah, fucking critical hit! Oh no, I whited out! Oh man, rats. I need the money for Pokeballs. Right, so. I mean, to be fair, we got fucked right off the bat by getting confused on the very first Water Pulse, so that was not helpful. I'll go heal Paris, because then when it does need to come out, it could make... If I had healed Paris, you know, I might have got the win. Because it would have maybe survived a Water Pulse, and, you know, things might have been different. You know, I let myself down there by not believing in my Paris. Okay. Also, she has a fucking Starmie, which is just such a strong Pokemon to have for the second gym. Alright, let's try this again. It's Misty. I'm gonna go for a Stun Spore and hopefully try and deal with this Staryu a little bit easier. Okay. Let's keep you at full health, just in case you're gonna be useful to us. You're just gonna keep on using Harden, so you're just gonna be a pain in the ass regardless of what I do. I mean, if I switch over to Wartortle and use Bite, these Hardens don't matter. Haha, fuck you. But for XP gaining purposes, I'm gonna try and use Pidgeotto here. Oh, now you do a critical. Thank you, Pidgeotto. That was fucking huge. Okay. So another Water Pulse. Hopefully we survive. Yep, and now Sign Attack. And then I'll try and get another one off in case it does miss. It doesn't miss. Okay, that's fine. But I think let's go Paris. Because it seems like it wants to use Water Pulse again. And I'm going to go for Stun Spore again. It's using Swift, okay. Stun Spore missed. Stun Spore landed. Excellent. Okay, now I think we've got a lot more of a chance to win this. I'm going to send out Zubat just to try and like do some small damage with Astonish, but we'll be finishing this with Wartortle, I think. Oh, I should use Supersonic. That was bold, considering that Swift doesn't miss, and I did use a couple of sand attacks on it. I think just one, actually. I do realize that this means that they also haven't healed yet, but I think we might take it out. Nope, not enough. Oh, it also has recover, so skip the super potion, go straight to recover. Oh, another crit! Okay, well, that'll do it. Thank you, Wartortle. My team weren't fucking around this time. And there we go. You're too much. You can have the Cascade badge to show you beat me. And a lot of money. Makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey. That includes even outsiders you got in trades. There's more. You can now use Cut anytime, even out of battle. You can cut down small trees to open new pathways. You can also have my favorite TM, which is Water Pulse, which would be very useful actually. But we would end up overriding it eventually with Surf, so not going to be teaching it at the minute. But there we go. That is our second gym badge. And I think at the very least we'll just head down to Viridian. Yeah, Viridian City is the next location. And then we'll call it there, because next episode will basically be, we'll be going back to FireRed, and then we'll be doing the SS Anne and the third gym. Just the way these, oh hang on, just the way these decks are built, they always leave the hardest Pokemon for last in the pseudo grind, and by then I've completed most of the fights already. Yeah, it is a pain in the ass. That is why for like this challenge, like, you know, I have my main playthrough, so like Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, and then for the other games, I'll maybe like play ahead in like Ruby or Sapphire or Gold or Silver, and then in whatever game is ahead for the team that I've planned, if they don't need something like a pseudo legendary, I'll use the pseudo legendary on the other game by breeding an egg and starting the game with it. So like I had a Larvitar through it my Silver playthrough or my Gold playthrough, because I was like, hey, I'm gonna catch it in Silver by getting to the end of that game and then breed an egg that I can then use with me and like train one up as I play through. Same with like Red and Blue, I trained up a Dratini. Even by the end of the game though, Tyranitar hadn't evolved, Dragonite hadn't evolved, it was still like in its like early 40s. So a little bit of grinding was still required, but a lot less grinding was required as a result of that. But obviously you have a lot more limitations in that with your specific challenge that you're doing. Right, so Paris and Zubat not doing too bad. No, they just needed a little bit of a help getting started. Okay, so we need to go south next to go down to Viridian City. Let's go through this. Excuse me, sir. They couldn't be bothered to cut a pathway through, so your home is now the pathway. I'll just strike my nose real quick. Find out Crystal Game Corner in Sylvan has Larvitar that comes at level 40. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Route 5. Is there anything new here? Let's scroll up. So, we're on to Route 5. It is south. There is one new Pokemon on this route. There's Pidgey at level 40, Bellsprout at level 25, and I meant percentage 25 and 20 and 40%, not level 40. But the one in between at 35% is a Meowth. So we need to get one of those. Bellsprout was the rarer of the encounters there as well, and we found it on the first go. Just want to make mention of that. I should probably actually lead with Paris if I'm going to do this. Also, like, Zubat's already eating shit to wild Pidgeys again. Did I read this right? Yeah, Bellsprout is 25%, Meowth is 35, and Pidgey is 40. So what are you doing, Bellsprout? Aw, what? Fuck's sake. Gonna make me kill wild Pokemon instead of just running away from them? Wasting my goddamn time. And you put me to sleep! Okay, I woke up. Not so bad. I want you to know, Bellsprout, you chose this. I was going to leave you alone. You wanted this. You asked to be beaten up. Did I misread it? Oh, wait a minute. I know what I did. That was, Ruby Sapphire Emerald's level up tree. Also, it's level 19, so I'm not wrong. I'm just stupid. I forgot there's different level up trees for Ruby Sapphire and Emerald compared to FireRed and LeafGreen. Okay, it's still level 19 for the next move, which is Leech Life. But that's okay. Bro, I'll get nice. Right. I'll just keep Paris in, fuck it. Meowth, that's right. There it is. Can I find Persian anywhere? You can. Okay, nice. So I don't need to catch two of them. That's alright. This route also has, instead of Bellsprout, it has Oddish for FireRed. I assume that's the same for the route that was north of Cerulean as well, so I'll have those caught by the time that we get up to this point in FireRed. And here we have the first daycare, which only does one Pokemon at a time, so no breeding in this game. Yet. Hi, do you have Nidoran female? Want to trade it for my Nidoran male? So you can do a trade for the opposite Nidoran in this. So if I went and caught another Nidoran female, which I can't because I'm no longer in that area, because it gets blocked off, then I could get a Nidoran male here. I realized as well with in-game trades, I can get more ID numbers for Pokemon Emerald's Lottery Corner, so I'm going to have to like get the in-game trades of FireRed and LeafGreen and trade them over to Emerald as well, just to increase my chances of getting goods. I've still only had level 3 or 3 numbers match as my highest, but I only have like maybe 10 different ID numbers in that game. People often lose things in the darkness of the underground path, yes, but we don't have an item finder yet to try and find them, so nothing we can do a thing about. First Roxanne Beach, she's going to be living in a bit of a nightmare for a bit. We got a citrus berry. Anything on this side? Oh, there's a rare candy. Nice. Oh, that's right. I was looking to see if there's anything on this route. I think this might still be... No, underground. Then Route 6. Okay, so Route 6 is the same encounters. Okay, so nothing new here. There aren't many bugs out here. No, there's not. Sorry, buddy. Stick to the forests, loser. Well, at least Zubat can take this. And once it levels up, it can take a lot more once it learns Bite. AM, goddamn. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, I was hoping to do a lot more of the game, but looking for Abra on top of like just grinding Nugget Bridge took a lot longer than anticipated. Now that Zubat and Paris are getting a wee bit better at fighting for themselves, hopefully things start to speed up a little bit come the next episodes. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, to be fair, next episode is going to be FireRed again, so it's back to being Ivysaur and Charmeleon. And since we'll be catching up to after beating Misty, Ivysaur will be obeying us again. Although, we only have up to level 30. and we don't increase it to level 50 until we beat another 2 gyms, so the 4th gym in Celadon. So, you know, it might start to be troublemaking again, but it'll kind of like meter out at some point. I don't think you don't really reach to like the 50s until like the end game of the story anyway, so I don't think we'll have much trouble with Ivysaur at some point. This Zubat's doing damage. No, this Caterpie is doing damage. Zubat is not doing enough damage. Oh, it might actually kill me. It's okay. Yay! We learned Bite! Yes! Now Zubat's gonna do some damage. Maybe... well... oh, hang on, let's reorganize the moves here. Let's see how much we can do, because I think I can live a Poison Sting. Fucking just? Oops. Excuse me. Oh, it does damage now! But it's also going to die, so it needs to come out. Alright.
No, you're kidding.
No, I'm adulting! Ha 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 ha! Oops. Okay, how we doing? How we doing? Alright, I'm gonna let those two sit in the back for a little bit, because Pokemon Center's coming up, but also... well, I suppose I could like skip the trainers and then just come back. But there is one of them here that we have to fight. Huh? You want to talk to me? Not particularly, but I don't have a choice. You're blocking the fucking entrance. Camper Jeff with a Spearow. What is the next Pokemon for this team? Ah, yes, that's right. Okay. That's fine. So I gotta do that. What is the most efficient way to do this? I do not know. But I will figure it out. Tail Whip. Oh, not Hyper Fang. Just in case it also has Quick Attack. Damn it, Jeff! This stinks. I couldn't beat your challenge. Sorry, buddy. And welcome to Vermilion City. Sorry, I said Viridian City earlier. I'm putting up a building on this plot of land. I own it all. My Pokemon is tamping the land to lay the foundation. Your lies! Not even an item on that hole or anything. What a fucking waste. Alright, let's heal up. We'll maybe like talk to people and stuff next episode. I do want to wrap this up, but I want to battle these trainers before I call it a night. I'll talk to the people in here at least. The urge to battle with someone you've tangled with before. Have you ever had that urge? I'm sure you have. I wanted to battle certain people again over and over too. So I've been giving these away. Please take one. Oh, we got the Verse Seeker in here. Nice. That's pretty cool. Is that a Pokemart guy? My Pokemon was poisoned and fainted while we were walking. Uh-oh. Maybe we should go and heal it. Even if they are the same level, Pokemon have very different stats and abilities. A Pokemon raised by a trainer is stronger than one in the wild.
This is because of EVs!
It is true that a higher level Pokemon will be more powerful, but all Pokemon have weak points against specific types. So there appears to be no universally strong Pokemon. Well. Base stat totals are a thing, and that's why people give a shit about them. And if we go in here, we can get our first rod. Fishing Guru. Sure, I like to fish. Why not? Give me your rod, Mr. Man. So now we could catch some Pokemon from the sea, but not just yet. Did you see the SS moored in the harbor? We're careful about pollution here. We've heard Grimer multiplies in toxic sludge. Here's me saying I'm not going to talk to everyone, and I've already talked to half the time. But let's go and get the bike voucher as well while we're here. I chair the Pokemon fan club. I raise more than 100 Pokemon. Only 100. I'm very fussy when it comes to Pokemon. I surely am. So, did you come to visit and hear my Pokemon? Go and listen up. My very repetitious. Hi, you love your hug, sleeping warm. Oh, look at the time. Look at here. Take the bike voucher. Why do I have this? Exchange it for a bicycle. Don't worry, my favorite Pokemon Pharaoh will fly me anywhere I need to go, so I have no need for a bicycle. I hope you like cycling. Everything on these posters. Let's all listen politely to other trainers. Don't tell them I was snoring. If someone brags, brag right back. That's not good advice. Our chairman is very vocal about Pokemon. Humph, my Pikachu is twice as cute as that one. There's only one Pikachu in here. What do you... About the seal? Different types of Pokemon, my guy. Fuck it, I've almost talked the entire time. Let's just go in here. Hi, do you have a Spearow? I want to trade it for my Farfetch'd? Oh. That's too bad. Okay, I need a Spearow. That's 3 in-game trades already that we can do. We can get Jinx, we can get Nidoran, and we can get... This Pidgey looks weird. And we can get that. I want to exchange mail with all sorts of people. I sent a Pidgey to a union room to exchange mail for me. I gotta get Pidgey to fly a letter to Saffron in the north. Dear PP. I didn't expect it to say that. Dear PP, I hope to see you soon. I heard Saffron has problems with Team Rocket. Vermilion appears to be safe. What a... Brag right back! What a dick move. Hi, I hear you're having trouble with terrorists. Too bad. Haha. Okay, Route 11. A whole new area over there. A lot more things that we're not doing just yet. The SSN is a famous luxury cruise ship. It visits Vermilion once a year. And then this is how we get in, but we're not doing that just yet. So ignore this. There are more trainers to fight. So I don't necessarily need to buy Pokeballs just yet. I could wait till I have more money, but... let's go fight the remaining trainers and we'll call this an episode. So who's in the lead? Pidgeotto. Let's put you there. Let's bring Zubat up to the front now that I can use Bite. I'm gonna have to catch a Spearow. For tradesies. Picnicker Isabelle with a Pidgey. Alright, Zubat, you kind of struggle with Pidgeys sometimes. Let's use Bite and kill it! That wasn't as good as I was hoping. I think Zubat, if I look at its stats, it is a higher physical attack than special. Not by much, but it is more of a physical. And Bite obviously is a special move, so... It's only like 5 points stronger than Astonish, really. Oh no, it's a 60 power move. I keep thinking it's a 40 power move for some reason. I don't know why. Was it 40 power in Gen 2? Is that why I'm thinking of that? I think it's possible that might be the case, but I can't remember. Another Pidgey. Okay. Well, Zubat gonna die, so I'm gonna switch. We gotta keep it alive, because every death is just gonna make it unfriendlier. And we can't have that. Why does this person just have 3 Pidgeys? Is anyone impressed by 3 Pidgeys? Level 22 for Pidgeotto, though. It's pretty good, yeah. Things just didn't work. You know what they say, sucks to suck, and man, you suck. You suck big donkey dick. Big gold donkey dick. Yeah. Another bug catcher. I've never seen you around. Are you good? Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'm alright, I guess. You've got a Butterfree, that's different. Level 20 as well. Oh, I led with War Turtle? What a dumb bastard. Zubat, can you come out for a minute? Damn it, that could have been some good XP. But I'm fucking stupid. Well, if it's already gonna, like, not get the XP, I might as well switch it back into War Turtle. What a bitch. Poison Powder. Supersonic. What else did it use? Did it use Stun Spore on... I think it did. This is gonna be annoying. Can you not hit me yourself? Go on, do it. I believe in you. You can hit me. It's all been passive shit so far. And it's working. Because I can't do nothing. War Turtle's gonna die. To a Butterfree. I need like critical hit or something. Nope. Well, I guess technically this means that Zubat can now, you know, get the XP I wanted it to get. Was kind of hoping to not lose War Turtle for no reason. Okay, well, fuck me then. I can Supersonic too. Oh my god, this is such a tedious fight. Jesus Christ. Just land the hit, please. If it can land it, why can't I hit it back? With my own confusion. Fuck me. It hasn't hit me directly once. Yay. There we go. Yes. Yes. Wow, that does no damage. Really was expecting a bit more than that. Yay! We beat the Butterfree in the way that I intended, but the unintended way of the intention. That was a mess.
You're too good.
Yeah, and you're pretty lame yourself there, bucko. Alright, I believe these two are the last two trainers. Just having a conversation and I barge in and be like, excuse me, can I fight both of you? I don't see you doing anything of note. Squirtle! Shit. This guy started with Professor Oak a couple weeks ago? Using Withdraw, but I'll go for Stun Spore. I should have maybe went for Poison if you're going to boost your defenses. Because I still don't have a Grass type move. I thought by now, like, Paris learned something like Absorb or something, but... I mean, it's going to learn Leech Life at level 19, but... It's fucking Leech Life, it's not a Grass type move. What usefulness is that? Zero, I tell you that much.
It is zero usefulness.
It knows Bite. Yeah, get paralyzed. Loser. Dork. I was drawing. Oh, that did big damage. I think, oh man. I need Paralyzed to affect it right now. Paralyzed, please. Oh man. I tried. I think Zubat could do it. I just can't win. Wah, wah. Me, I'm Camper Ricky. I can't win. Wah. Excuse me, this is a private conversation. Well, this is a public ass whooping, so wah. You've got 2 Pokemon, Nancy. You're also called Nancy. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just... I don't think I've ever met a Nancy in person in my life. Not a common name. Why does every Rattata have Hyperfang? Fucking hell. Oh, excuse me. Good thing this is the last fight. I'm ready for Betty Buys. At 4:35. Uh-oh. Just seen that this is a Pikachu and my remaining Pokemon is a Pidgeotto. It's okay. I can kick its ass. Thankfully, Pikachu has a little thing called no defense. But Pidgeotto cannot hit the moving target and it's paralyzed. If I lose this fight, that'll be really upsetting. Because they can just start unloading, Thunder Shocks on me now. Oh, man. Okay, good. It's all good. I skipped it. Add another critical hit unnecessary to the counter. Ding. I hate losing. Well, I hate you, small child. Fuck you. Alright. That's that route cleared out. And we've talked to everyone in Vermilion City already. So next episode, we'll be back in FireRed, entering the SSN, and beating up everyone aboard. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. The clock draws ever closer to its demise as Pokemon Bank nears its end. And yes, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again next time for more Pokemon Master Challenge with FireRed and LeafGreen. And in the meantime, please consider subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitch, mainly subscribing on YouTube because that's my main platform, and checking out my 1,000+ other videos because I've been doing this for a long time and I'd like it if people saw what I made. So thank you, see you all again next time, have a good night, goodbye, thanks for everyone hanging out and talking. Bye bye, goodbye, good night, bye bye, bye bye.